Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Jason Miles, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Red Zone, our leftist sports show here on TIR. A much looser show, almost like the Champagne Room featuring sports. Without any further ado, let me bring in my co-host in this endeavor. Please welcome the marvelous Mac McGinnis.
Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday evening.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it? I don't want to brag about where I live because it's not really brag worthy, I think. But the weather here is pretty temperate. I would compare it to San Diego.
Then
you spent time in San Diego, right?
Yeah, then you should be bragging about it because the last 2 days in the Southeast were phenomenal. Like mid 70s, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
maybe
about
high, low 80s as for a high, and then we come to find out it's just because a massive hurricane is destroying the Caribbean and sent a bunch of cool air here, and now we're back to being in Satan's anus. You know.
I read a headline in it wasn't the LA Times, it was the San Francisco Chronicle. It said like, oh, I still follow Bay Area news, and it said heat wave in the Bay Area expected to last throughout the month, which means we get like a little bit of it here. So a heat wave here, it might be a little more humid. We're getting a few more of these weird kind of gloomier days with it's not, I think it's like 74 degrees today.
Bro, I learned the hard way moving down here from Cleveland that a hurricane near Cuba fucks with the weather in like a 500 mile circle. And, then I was introduced to the idea of the hurricane party, where your house is essentially feels like it's going to be blown down, but there's 50 people in it and you're all getting hammered. So that hurricane that knocked down like 3 whole islands right now, and they're still sifting through a 4th. This is the time of year where they start just stacking up. I'm glad we're only on B. I remember like in 2015 or 2016, like
Sandy,
by this late in midsummer, they were already on like N. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, there's going to be no southeastern tip of the United States left after this, because we got, dude, my freshman year at Pembroke, we canceled classes the first 3 weeks because the campus was underwater. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
You're not getting floods. You're just getting heat.
Well, right now, yeah. I mean, towards the end of August is when we get, a lot of the rainy shit. There's been a couple of them where we've had to hole up, board up the windows, and then you see the predatory roofing companies come out and they're like, man, you lost 3 shingles. We're going to have to replace your entire roof. It's a racket down here, and it's a shame, but I mean, it's capitalism, right?
There you go.
Hey. Where you can make $1, take advantage of these unsuspecting folks that lost 2 shingles.
There you go.
And replace their entire roof.
And depending on what state you live in, and fuck their homeowners insurance.
Oh yeah, or what homeowners insurance in this economy?
They're like this. They're like magicians, like this. They're like, do you see my thumb? That's what they do to your homeowners insurance. Yeah. Like, oh, it's just like this thumb trick that I learned. No, we've been streaming since earlier today. We've been doing this thing for no real good reason. There's a Ben Burgess from Give Them an Argument lives 2 houses down from me. We used to live in the same building, not the same unit, but the same building. And I saw him as I was going to the store, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to make biscuits and gravy for breakfast. He goes, I would love biscuits and gravy. Oh, so he came over, and then another friend of ours that lives down the hill that also works, not in our left space, but he does like horror stuff online. He came over as well, and then we've been live streaming breakfast from Jay's house. or brunch from Jay's house.
Well, don't call it brunch. Call
Oh,
it
don't.
second breakfast, because at least the nerd community can get behind that. But if we hear brunch,
Yeah, brunch.
we just want to get out the guillotines. And they're like, there's a short-haired white woman somewhere around the corner bitching about service right now.
It's a very low rent brunch. I mean, they show my whole apartment so you can see how small it is. But it's been fun because our friend isn't in this left world, so he was asking us questions about the debate. And yeah, he was like, how do you guys feel about this? And Jay, how do you feel about, because he's been driving Uber. And I won't get into his total situation, but it's a little different down here when people drive Uber.
Even more exploitative than it is in the United
Yes.
States. Yeah.
Yes. I've heard people do what he does in the US, but even there's another guy that lives in my building, and he does the same thing when he drives Lyft. So he finally comes home after so many days, and he just came straight here, and he was, he's been picking people up, and he goes, I picked up one guy that was a big Biden guy, and then I picked up another guy that was a big Trump guy, and he was asking me like, what do you say if someone says this and this? And so it was usually when we have these little live streams, it's a lot more loose, and we talk more about movies and stuff. But he really wanted to pick our brains about how, because he knows we're like left guys, and he doesn't really hang out with like left guys, commies and all.
Well, Norman, I am not an interviewee. I am one of the co-hosts here every Wednesday that we have the show. And my starry plow is hanging that way because I don't feng shui my room well, and I just think it looks rad next to Eugene Debs. That's all.
Well, let's get right into the feng shuiing of NBA's free agency and draft. So a white American was not taken with the first pick of the NBA draft.
Yeah, and you know what my favorite part was? The black Frenchman. And hearing all the white folks on Twitter just, what are you, France? Those surrender fools?
Like, why are they mad? Of all things to be mad about.
I mean, the French have to have something to cheer about, considering Macron called snap elections, and he's paying for it horribly right now. It's like, I want to go to France and go up to Macron, and I don't even want to waste the time hitting him. I just want to like punch him in the dick and point at him as he's on the ground and just go, you know why? You brought this on yourself. You're going to give this government to Marie Le Pen. And then, before I go on my Paul George tangent, the left Popular Front group said, you know what? Hey, in constituencies in which we place third, we'll drop out so you can run your candidates, and we'll work with you at the center. And then Macron went on national TV and was like, you know what's a bigger threat than Le Pen? Those commies in the Popular Front. Right?
Jesus Christ.
And I'm just sitting there like, you're going to be one of those French parties that lasted 10 or 15 years and then slowly disappeared.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Macron come out of the Socialist Party of France?
He did.
Like years ago when he first
when he was at university, as they like to say in Europe.
Yeah, I know he came up through a socialist party.
He did. And he had some bona fides, and then he just was like, you know what I don't like? I don't like being over here on the left. I'm going to scoot over to the center. And he's been there since.
When you don't really have a full-on left,
That's right.
That center is very comfortable. There's people there that hug you. They tell you that you're pretty.
They give you brunch.
Thanks, Mac. I got you over for brunch.
You have second breakfast, which I'm down with. Hobbits love second breakfast.
I think you would like this because our friend David, I don't drink, but Ben and David drink, so he'll bring over champagne and they'll have like mimosas and shit.
Oh, dude, that's rad. I like that.
Yeah. It's as fancy as you can get when you're just a lowly
balling on a budget, man.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
And Thomas, we'll talk about Bronny and the Lakers situation as well. But it did warm my heart because this wasn't like the draft where you found your game changer, the guy that was going to like lift your draft up. But there were a lot of young players that you can plug into those 3-and-D kind of spaces, right? And a lot of those picks, including the first overall pick, was one of those guys. And that's okay to have. You're not going to have, like, this draft was not, and Claw, I better hear you agree with, see you agree with me in chat. This wasn't that horrible draft where Anthony Bennett was taken number 1 by the Cavs when he had absolutely zero reason for even being taken out of the first 2 rounds, right? It wasn't like a draft that was that bad. This was just different. And I think we're going to see a lot more of these coming up because of the way the game has changed. It's a wider open system of basketball, even at the college level. You know, so you need these 3-and-D guys. And we saw it, and it kind of like tipped dominoes going, right? You know, where we saw DeJounte essentially being told by the Hawks, you're not coming back. I think this kind of maybe signals an Atlanta Hawks complete rebuild with them trying to move Trae Young, which, I mean, I don't know if I can really get behind, because, you know, the Pistons and the Wizards have kind of shown over the last 2 years, you can tear a franchise down to the bolts, you know, to the nuts and bolts, but you have to have something to get these young players you're drafting excited about being there, right? And the Pistons have been doing this for probably longer than the Sixers, if we're being honest, and they don't look any closer to contention, you know, than they were 5 or 6 years ago, which is unfortunate because, you know, Cade Cunningham, who just signed a huge extension, I think is going to be great for the Pistons, kind of something to build around. But like, they just signed, you know, they fired Monty Williams after a single season, giving him the richest contract in coaching history. So they're going to have like 3, you know, coaches on the books. You know what, Steve, you're right. Everyone ain't Sam Presti. And I give Presti, you know, a lot of credit for building up all that draft capital. And yes, Steve, the Hawks are ass. You're absolutely right. But you know, since we're talking about Presti, let's talk about Paul George and the trade that got him to the Clippers. Newry, Paul George is 34, so he's not quite old as fuck. But he also has an injury history, and you know, the last 3 years he hasn't been able to even help the Clippers in the playoffs. So Paul George was sent to LA to play for the Clippers, and the Thunder got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is coming into superstardom, Danilo Gallinari, Miami Heat's 2021 unprotected first rounder, who they took with Trey Mann at 18, the Clippers 2022 unprotected first rounder, which became Jalen Williams at number 12. And Williams and SGA, you know, they are the top 2 scorers for the Thunder right now, average just under 48 points a game, right? Then they also got the rights to the 2023 first round swap with the Clippers, which they haven't used yet. The Clippers 2024 unprotected first rounder, the Heat's 2025 protected first rounder for 1 to 14. And if it's not taken next year or in 2025 and 2026, it's just unprotected altogether. The rights to a 2025 first round swap with the Clippers and the Clippers 2026 unprotected first rounder. So when you look at the haul that Sam Presti pulled for one player, it's phenomenal. Just phenomenal. And what do the Clippers have to show for it now? Fuck all. You know, Paul George signed that deal in Philly. And now the Clippers are, you know, just holding their dick at this point, which is, you know, not where you want to be, especially in a stacked Wax. Big Chuck and Lil Jon. Oh, shit. Hey, Thomas, if I could find one, I'll rock it, man. I love Big Chuck and Lil Jon. But I mean, Jason, I need your beautiful face to come back on. But what, I mean, I saw this argument. I want to get your idea about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this was like Steve Ballmer and the Clippers got robbed in that trade, I think. Right. But there is one pundit out there, and I'm not going to put his name out there.
Do it.
Well, one, I can't remember it. And two,
right? Or don't.
Yeah. I could find it because I bookmarked the article, but he said that we should be applauding Steve Ballmer for going
Because
all in,
Mhm.
swinging all that
Mhm.
in a trade for Paul George and bringing in Kawhi Leonard.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why would you be applauded for mortgaging your team's future on a guy like Paul George? I'm not saying Paul George isn't talented, like he's a borderline like top 15 player, but this is a dude with injury history. This is a dude who like do 5 fucking picks. 3 of them have already conveyed. Excuse me, 2 of them already conveyed. One's a starter and is the second leading scorer on the Thunder, and the other guy's a valuable bench player. Like, why would you commend Steve Ballmer for mortgaging this much of the future for one guy? And you never even like you still haven't won that elusive first title.
Are they calling it a money saving measure?
I mean, here's the thing. Paul George and Kawhi kind of hamstrung what the Clippers were able to do when you went under the old collective bargaining agreement, right? But the old agreement allowed Ballmer to continue to spend, and he just paid a tax. That is no longer a thing. You have the first and second aprons that you have to maintain, and the repeat offenders tax, which sounds really dirty. Like it's even more punitive now. So if you go over the second apron, they can literally take your first round pick the following season now. So it's like, why? Like, I don't understand that kind of line of thinking. Like, why the hell would you say, one, you commend him for going all in? And a lot of it was comparison to the Lakers, like he's trying to make up time because of how historically rotten the Clippers have been, and I'm just like, dude,
Have they ever won a title?
No.
Even before they were in San Diego, right? They never won anything.
Never won anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those downtrodden franchises that just has never been any good. I mean, they've had flashes and then just.
There's a few things I don't believe in. Clippers fans are one of those things I don't believe in.
Hey, Billy Crystal is real.
He's not Snuffleupagus.
Okay, I've seen him.
It's not about the fans. It's just about the fact that this team seems to be a tax write-off for whoever owns it. And if sports franchises are toys for rich people,
yeah,
this is kind of the epitome of like that toy for a rich person, where you can question the moves all you want. The NBA is not going to take the franchise away for whatever reason. They're not going to move them. They don't want to move. Why would you want to move? Where would you go?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the building of the Intuit Dome. Notice it's not even like a field house or an arena. It's a dome.
Well, I told you I was at their old place, which is called the San Diego Sports Complex now. And I was there in like 2010, and they still had the pictures up of the last Clippers team. So it's like Negroes with Jerry curls and afros.
Oh man.
It's in bad shape. Like the people. And it's not about the people not caring about the Clippers. It's just about like there's this second with San Francisco and Oakland. It's very different because those are very different cities, right? They don't share a stadium. Even though that bridge is like 7 miles long, those 7 miles are massively important. San Francisco's 7 square miles. Oakland's 58 square miles. Oakland's a lot more working class. Just very, very different places. Very, very different teams, very, very different fan bases for the Raiders, the Niners, the Warriors, the A's, the Giants. Even Sharks fans are just kind of their own thing.
Like when I see Oakland like in front of a team name, I think people who crush PBR at 9 a.m. in the parking lot. And San Francisco, I've got all these like hoity-toity, like the dudes have like their sweater vests like looped over in front of them. And they're like,
used to be.
Oh, Jenna, we have to leave lunch right now
before the traffic comes. It'd be dreadful to be stuck here.
Someone call the driver. I cannot. Oh, and this heat is so oppressive.
The Niners used to play at Candlestick Park, which is in the ghetto. And of course, the Oakland A's, the Coliseum, is definitely in the ghetto. Both of those places were in hoods. And the Niners don't move till they go to San Jose. So even when the Niners were known as the wine and cheese crowd, that stadium was in the heart of the hood. But there is something to be said about the crowd of people that rooted for the Niners back in the day. Kezar Stadium, way back in the day, maybe even before we were both born, it still does exist as a community park stadium that, you know, the high school teams play in for their championships and stuff. But it was a different team back then compared to the Raiders. But when I think of the Clippers, they're another team in LA that plays in the same stadium that no one cares about unless they win.
Yeah.
And which is very rare, right? They can have. There was a moment in the 2000s. When did Michael Olowokandi and all those guys play for the Clippers?
Oh man, the Candyman. That was the early part of 2000s.
This early part of 2000s.
Yeah.
That was a moment when there was like excitement around the Clippers. I think they were even in a movie, a Ryan Reynolds movie. I can't remember which one it was. Was it Van Wilder?
Oh yeah, that yes.
Van Wilder, right?
Oh, because fucking Darius
Miles. Oh no. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Mac? Is it me that's out or is it you that's out? Someone froze. It looks like it's you. Damn it, Mac. We've lost Mac. Deep State took him. Don't ask questions about his Starry Plow banner, and the Deep State won't try to take Mac. Now Mac is gone. But what I was trying to get at was there was a moment where the Clippers were a young, exciting team. Oh, he's back. And that excitement kind of faded away. They slowly started trading those players away. Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude. I don't know what happened, man. My signal said was good, and then it came up and was like, "Hey, dude, you've been cut off." Like, wait a second, we're gonna reconnect.
But yeah, so Corey Maggette, Darius Miles, they had a good young team, and even when I was like a little kid, when Danny, oh God, what was his name?
Danny Manning
out
of Kansas, yeah.
Even though his knees were kind of bad in Kansas to the pros, there was still all this hope that there was going to be this, you know, good young talent in the Clippers. So the youth movement historically has never really brought the people in. Then you try to get some veterans in, and still the people don't really come in. No one really gets behind the team. What's the deepest playoff run they've done in the last 15 years?
They made it to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, and that's the thing with kind of playing second fiddle. You know, the Chargers are dealing with it right now. Like, they're never going to be loved in LA.
And the Chargers in LA to me was always a dumb thing. Like, I get you'd want to leave San Diego because San Diego is technically a B market.
Yeah.
It's a very wide county and a massive city, but they weren't getting the attendance because the stadium was really old.
Oh,
like,
dude,
really
it was a dump. Old. It was a dump. Like, that old stadium was literally falling apart.
Oh, dude.
You know,
it was one of those old stadiums where if you got really bad, so, you know, we didn't watch Raider games or Bronco games in Oakland because we're not retarded.
Yeah, that's how you end up like on a spit outside, like roasting over a fire.
That's how you get fucking pissed on.
Fucking the black hole's just like, kill that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to. I just, again, how do you stay alive? You just avoid trouble.
That's right.
So some friends, we used to roll down to San Diego because it's beautiful down here. Football season, the weather is awesome, and we came down here a few times for a game, and we had got some what do you call them? Scalper tickets. So we had like horrible seats, like way at the top, but it was so steep. And I'm not even making this up, dude. I feel like calling up my buddy Brandon Johnson. Coach Will, I believe Coach Will was there too. I'm not making this up. They were so steep. And there was a bunch of us up there. I think they might have sold the game out. A black dude fell probably like 5 rows because we just saw a dude just like,
oh,
like, did you see a man?
Bro, it's like you have your ticket and you like check in. They're like, hey, we got one. And someone comes up with like some rope and a carabiner. He's like, hey, man, make sure you're not good and you lock into the hook on the seat. You know, like You're just sitting there like, what?
Yeah, we're like, dude, like because we were like, man, this is crazy. Like I'm getting a little dizzy, and I'm not trying to be funny. This dude fell like 5, like voom, and he landed in this white family's lap. It was a black dude, and he fell luckily like on his back, so he kind of looked like a roach. He was like, and he was scared as anyone would be. And the little girl whose lap he fell into, she just went, ah!
Mom, it's raining black men.
Like the dad, like the whole family was like the little girl, the dad. I think there was like some other kids, and the dad got everybody got scared. The guy that fell got scared. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
they were mad and yelling at him. The guy got up. The dad actually made sure the guy was okay. The guy was okay. But then the dad did that thing like he caught a foul ball and like waved. It was like,
hey guys, don't worry. I caught Black Rob. Caught Black Rob.
But that stadium was like that bad. Like people were just like, and like, oh shit. And there was like bad fights there when the Raiders would be there. And
dude, I heard horror stories about like making sure the stadium stayed up to code. And like San Diego city officials would go in before every season and just cringe because they're like, dude, we're going to find 900 dings and they have a week before opening game, the first game of the season, like it's horrible. And like, that's how all those old stadiums were, man. They were awful.
And you think about the Chargers, much like the Clippers, they've had great teams. You see the joy when we rattle off those names from that Clippers team, but they always came up against a buzzsaw in the division.
Yeah.
Right. The Chargers happened to have maybe their greatest years. They had 2, in my opinion, second tier dynasties in the mid to late 70s, the Air Coryell years, where Dan Fouts is kind of putting up video game numbers in an era where 3,000 passing yards and 18 to 20 touchdowns is like all pro numbers.
Yeah.
He's putting up 4,400 and 40 touchdowns a year. He's got one of the best running backs in the AFC with Chuck Muncie. Fred Dean is on that team, who's a sack machine. I think this is also actually before the sacks a stat. And he's got great wide receivers with Jefferson and Chandler, and of course, maybe a guy that transforms the tight end position,
Kellen Winslow
Senior. So we're talking about this great team and what they hit the most unfortunate thing that they could ever hit. And I don't blame it on just weather, because Dan Fouts is not from San Diego. I believe he's from Cali. He's from Cali, but he's not from SoCal. I think he's from the Bay, actually. They hit that Cincinnati team, what was a pretty good team, and they also played at -45. I've been in -45. It's not humanly possible to function.
No.
In -45. They lose that championship. In the alternate universe, if they play in better weather, win that game, I think they blow the Niners out.
I mean, yeah, that offense was always tough to figure out. But like you said, I mean, and the thing is, people kind of play down weather, but there's a reason there's so many open air stadiums in places they should not have open air stadiums. Cleveland and Cincinnati being 2 places in the Midwest, like, I mean, fuck, Cleveland is under snow for like 6 months a year. Why do you think we drink so much? It's just like, well, I mean, it's gray and bleak out there. The snow is now all black from, emission from vehicles and being scraped off and just piled up around light poles. And we're going to drink for warmth for the next 4 months. It's
guys do
fine.
Things. Yeah. Like when I friends from the East Coast, they go, football season for us is barbecue time. And you guys go, you want to get some wings? I'm like, why would I do that? We can barbecue. It's September in California. We're gonna,
dude. I'm telling you, Buffalo has the greatest tailgate in the NFL. They're absolutely batshit crazy. They hollow out bowling balls and fill them with booze and just drink from it all of
Jesus.
Tailgate. they jump off RVs through tables. There's always 7 to 10 grills going with some form of delicious protein on them, slathered in some kind of sauce. You're going to find wings and sliders and maybe even a Jason Kelsey sighting. Like I'm here for it.
I love places that tailgate. I don't want to, get too far off, but I got to spend one Saturday in Lincoln, Nebraska during a football game when Dominic Sue was there.
Kong Sue. Yes, man. Like,
whoa, dude. That's a party.
As much as I bag on Nebraska and how they never should have left the Big 12, they love them some Husker football.
Dude, I didn't know it was that crazy down there. I'm not from a place that goes crazy over college sports because we have pro sports in spades here. So college sports is a thing, but it's not like you can go to Berkeley during a football game, and granted, there's going to be more people there than usual, but it's not crazy.
Well, dude, it's still Berkeley. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, dude. If I were a rich man, I would have some sort of ACC football team season tickets just so I can see football. And if I ended up at Berkeley for a UNC Cal game, all the pretentious nerdy fucks that are going to be at that game.
That was the first game. That was the first game I worked. I literally worked a UNC Cal game when the company I was with, I did all those music festivals for. We also did sports. So we had all of Cal sports. So our office was adjacent to the locker room of the visiting team. So I got to hear, what's his name? Butch Davis?
Butch Davis, yeah.
When Butch Davis was a coach. I got to hear the halftime speech. And it was not as inspiring as I thought it was going to be. It was very, very subdued.
Dude, all I'm saying is we are going into the year of our Lord 2024, where Cal UNC is now a conference game. It's a conference game. Oh, and to hear, stop with that. Cal versus Stanford is lit. No.
That's still the greatest college football play of all time.
Okay, yeah, great. And look who almost ruined it. The fucking band. That should tell you about how big of nerds they are. Okay, to hear, you are now like beyond the red zone, fucking like royalty here. You are very interactive. I appreciate you, my friend. But I am not going to go watch a game and enjoy it where there's two groups of the biggest nerds in the fucking country arguing over their 401k, hear it cheer and be like, oh, did somebody score? No, someone just did like Will Hunting's equation on the
it's big board. No, it's more like someone just made sure that a foreign country just imported more poor people for regular labor.
Yeah. Peter Thiel showed up, so they're all very happy about that.
Peter Thiel just bought a round for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to be funny, Mac. The area that we didn't have the entire stadium. The area we had was like the club level. So we did just deal with like alumni.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was there, I didn't do too many Cal games, but I mean, look, dude, I dig. We also had Stanford too, and I didn't get to go to do any Stanford games. Unfortunately,
yeah, Stanford. You would have all the tech bros like, they let black people in here. Hey, who is this guy? Well, I'm covering the game. Oh, are you?
Oh,
shouldn't you be down on the field?
Security.
Hey, Joseph, that's a funny joke, right? Yo, hilarious, Tad, hilarious.
I do use the power of my walkie-talkie whenever I'm having to work at these places to try to get it. It is, to Mac's point, having a walkie-talkie is the difference maker when people take you seriously.
And to hear you would have had me with Marshawn, but you threw an Aaron Rodgers in there too. So you lose that. Like
D-Jack.
You had a +1 and then -1, so you're still at 0 to here.
Dude, D-Jack, Deshaun Jack, just walk around Berkeley by himself. That motherfucker was so cool.
Dude, I would love to go back. Like, if they ever make time travel, I'm going back in time, and I'm going to just, like, go to Berkeley when Marshawn was there. and just see the wazoo shit he got into. Like
also went to school down the street in Oakland in high school, so it wasn't like it was foreign territory to him.
I know, but like Cal's campus is like a whole other planet, right? And like Marshawn's a man of the people. Like he rides Huffies with a basket on the front that's just filled with Skittles.
Oh, dude,
he got suspended from the NFL and went and played in his high school exhibition game, like at his old high school. Like
it's, how can I say it? There was a moment, because I went to high school right down the way from there too, from Cal, and then Coach Will went to Cal. I think he came on the show and talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about Jason Kidd and how he.
Yeah.
We did the deep digging about why the head coach then got fucking shit canned and found out Jason Kidd had a big hand in it. And then we had a 1-hour diatribe about how, goddamn, he's been getting coaches fired since he was 19.
Like Will was there like right when all this shit was going on at Cal with the basketball team. I think he had classes with like Tony Gonzalez and all these other guys. So like that era of Cal for us there was also a big hip hop time too in this place called Sproul Plaza, which was like just an open plaza. So rappers that are pretty well known to this day were still like underground dudes that we all hung out and kicked it with. And there was like an arcade there that we could go to after hours. So for us, Berkeley and a guy like Marshawn Lynch has been somewhere that you just go to to hang out. So for him, it was just like an extension of high school.
I only ever went there once, and I went to a history conference there. And I've never been more uncomfortable in my life, because like I go to a small school in southeastern North Carolina. I'm an older student. I'm covered in tattoos. I have a bunch of piercings. I don't wear suits. So like I actually wore a button down with a tie and some jeans. And I have a tie clip with a hammer and sickle on it, and the looks I got from, like distinguished historians and historical writers and all this other shit are there. And I'm just like, bro, oh my God.
You're at the wrong conference, man. That's also where a few people that have been on this show did their doctorates, I believe. I think they're on the sociology side. I can't be 100% sure, but one of these days I'll have to connect you with Dylan Rodriguez, or maybe have you host a show with Dylan, because he tells some really funny stories about when him and another friend of mine, who's also a professor in the UC system, they were real big in the abolish prisons movement, because I think Angela Davis and Ruthie Gilmore were their doctorate advisors.
Okay.
And a person that used to crash their protests all the time was Van Jones. They've been dealing with Van Jones since the 90s, and they got into some deep dive. Dylan got into some deep dive Van Jones hate. It was actually pretty funny. Some of the best stuff we've ever done, I think, on this show was him talking about how Van Jones would try to take over their protests and shit when he was a quote unquote Maoist.
Oh God, shocker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, back to the topic at hand, which is NBA free agency here, guys. If we're talking big winners, I know there was some back and forth about Paul George. That's a big signing for Philly. I think Cleveland came out pretty well re-signing Spida. I think that was stupidly important, because the Cavs gave up a boatload of picks and everything to the Jazz for him. So keeping him around for 3 more years is a huge deal. Now, when we talk about losers, I'm going to say the Lakers have to be on it, right? They're in a position where LeBron said, listen, I'm going to opt out of my deal. I'll come back for lesser money, but we got to get Clay, or we got to get PG. And before he's even done uttering those sentences, they've already signed their deals in Dallas and Philly, respectively. So, like, who's left out there to pair with LeBron and Anthony Davis, right? I think picking Bronny at 55 we all knew it was going to happen. Giving him a guaranteed deal, I thought is a mistake because he's going to count against the Lakers salary cap now, $8 million total. So about $2 million every year on the deal. And, you know, he's going to go start the season in the G League. Right. So what happens when the Lakers are up against that salary cap and that they need that $2 million of space? You know, do you trade Bronny? I kind of feel bad for the kid because he's in a position to where he's going to be constantly compared to his dad. And it's only going to be worse because he plays in the same organization. Honestly, I think what would have been best for Bronny is maybe getting drafted by like Toronto. They have a great developmental pipeline with their G League affiliate, and just being away from his dad, I think would be good for him. Because, you know, I think we can all agree here, you know, that Bronny would have been better served going back to school, maybe getting some more minutes and showing what he can do on the basketball court. Like, I just think he's going to be a good talent, but he's kind of up against it the way Jordan's kids were, where there was ridiculous expectations for them when they were entering college, and there's going to be even more expectation regardless of what you saw on the college floor, right? Because you got to remember, one of Jordan's kids played at 3 different schools, like ending his collegiate career at UCF. It's just
Montana's kids had the same problem.
Yeah, it's hard to measure up against
Rice's kid.
Yeah. Well, at least Rice's kid, he'll have a good career. The NFL is always on the lookout for wideouts. And he played well. Let's not say he he didn't set off alarm bells for anything, but he well in a system, especially at a school where he kind of got lost, at USC. So, well, Claw, I'll tell you right now, I don't want LeBron back in Cleveland. I like the team we have. I actually think the Cavs will probably try and move Jared Allen before the season starts, maybe for like another 3-and-D guy, because Okoro is a restricted free agent right now. But I think we've seen about as much as we're going to get out of like the Twin Towers type thing that we have with Mobley and Allen. But yeah, I'm with you, Claude. Bronny should have stayed in school. Absolutely should have stayed in school.
But because the expectations are so low for this young man, even if he's mediocre, isn't that as bad as that sounds? I've never seen a player in any sport come out to such negative hype and still play. Most people you see with a parent like that, where there's a little pressure on them, they just fold and say F it. Elway's kid was a D1 player for a minute, and then it was like, nah, I can't live up to the hype.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even just athletes' kids. I mean, Snoop's kid, like transferred from USC to UCLA just so he could quit playing football.
Oof.
Right. But yeah, I mean, you got a point there. But like the thing is, I think LeBron James has done something that a lot of like pro athlete parents, like the amazing ones, haven't really done up to now. And it's just let his kid be his own person. Right.
Because your parent's so great, though. It's like not a lot of people are talking about. God, I can't think of his name right now. Dale Curry. I don't care how many of these sports shows you watch. No one's talking about the greatness of Dale Curry.
Listen, Dale Curry was a treasure, Jason. He was a
good player. He made some all-star teams.
He was a phenomenal outside compliment to Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning. Okay.
Wasn't he on NBA Jams at one point?
Yes, he was. He was like the fourth option behind Zoe and LJ and Muggsy Bogues.
I'm not shitting on Dale Curry, who had a very long NBA career. My point is Stephen Curry and why can't I think of anybody's name now? The other son on that team that just left the Warriors. Thompson.
Oh, Clay.
Fuck, I can't think of anybody's name. So sorry. Like the two lightest people in the world. that look like they could be my kids. I can't think of their names. Um,
We need paternity tests.
yeah, why can't I think of these guys' names?
Jason's over here like, Steph, you're looking a little familiar.
Like these guys had a chance to form their own identities without having to suffer the last name of their parents. Jerry Rice's son, LeBron James's son, like you said, Jordan's kids, Joe Montana's kids. I think Gretzky's kid played football for a minute.
Yeah. Gretzky's also got another kid that's a pro golfer.
Jesus. Will
So,
Smith's kid, the one that isn't with Jada Pinkett, played football on one of those teams, actually with Gretzky's kid, Montana's kid, I believe. It's like that's a lot of pressure to be under when you have a super duper star parent player like Gary Payton's son. It's interesting how he got to kind of be his own player. Like I think because he plays in the Bay and his dad is such a Bay Area legend.
yeah.
Even though he didn't play for Bay Area teams, just being the Oakland guy, that helped a lot.
Well, and you know what Gary Payton didn't do really after he retired? He wasn't in the limelight. Like he's like, I got shit to do. I'm gonna go be a dad, be a husband. I'm gonna go he's like, I've been on the road for however many years of my life. I'm gonna go enjoy this retirement. So he wasn't like out there the way Jordan was, the way Elway was, the way Montana was, so I think Gary Payton Jr. had a little more room to kind of like grow and become Gary Payton Jr. You know, but like I couldn't imagine the pressure of being John Elway's kid, right? Like if I'm John Elway's kid at like 10, I'm like, you know what? Fuck football. I'm
Dan
gonna play.
Marino's kid did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play a totally different sport. Dad, John Elway's like, all right, son, we're gonna go out, throw the pigskin. I'm gonna teach you how to throw a tight spiral. You're gonna be a quarterback just like your dad. And he's like, no, Dad, no. I want to do curling.
I want to be a professional skateboarder.
Yeah, Dad.
Well, like even Tony Hawk's kid. Like your dad is skateboarding. Not just actual skateboarding, but even video game skateboarding. Your dad is it personified.
Yeah.
His kid is actually a really good skater, but there is a lot of pressure on these guys. Again, look at someone like Christian McCaffrey. His dad was all pro later in his career. I think he maybe had one all pro season, but he was a really good receiver for the Broncos. Really good receiver for the Broncos.
Had a good career in all three of his stops. Like you said, he picked up steam until he really just found his niche in Denver. You know?
But Christian didn't have to worry about your Ed McCaffrey's kids. Like, oh yeah, your dad was kind of a fast white guy, and that's it with Christian.
Well, and honestly, let's be honest. His mom was probably faster than Dad. His mom was a collegiate sprinter. That was her whole shtick: move fast from point A to point B. Right?
I mean, those kids are fucking phenomenal athletes.
Well, yeah, and then at least one of them managed to put it together. Like we said last week, you ever think Ed and his wife were just like, we should have stopped at Christian?
like the Griffey Jr. senior moment, as Claw is talking about, is epic because Griffey Sr. was an all-star caliber player for a lot of his career, not all of it, because he played for so long.
Yeah, I think he played like 22 years.
And by the time Griffey Jr. gets in, he's like the wonderkind. And Barry and Bobby don't play at the same time at all, but Bobby Bonds does not have the iconic career of a lot of those other 70s and 60s Giants, even though he actually was a decent player.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that had a good career.
Yeah.
Not a great career. And and that's the thing, that those are the players that they're the glue of a team, right? You have to have those good players to fill out the roster. And Bobby Bonds was one of those dudes, and that was a cool moment. But like, let's be honest, baseball and basketball are vastly different.
Yes.
Right? You can have a dude like Griffey Jr. who's been essentially groomed to be the superstar because he flashed it like as a middle schooler, dominated high school ball. I mean, Griffey Jr. barely spent any time in the minors compared to what a lot of players do now, right? So yeah, that was cool. Basketball, though, man, especially in today's game, where you have one of the arguably top 3 greatest players in the game as your dad, right? Like, and you can name whatever 3, and in any order you wouldn't be wrong, right? Just because they're such phenomenal players, right? LeBron James is 6'8", 260. He could have been a defensive end, and if he would have plied his trade on a football field a little more than a basketball court, right? But Bronny's like 6'2". He's a guard in the cut of like the late ABA years, the early 90s, where if you were a smaller guard and had some handles, you can make it, right? Guards now, you've got point guards that are 6'7", like, how is Bronny going to stack up against guys like that night in, night out? That's the question. He didn't have great numbers that one, his 1 year at USC, but let's give him a little leeway here. He did have a cardiac arrest in preseason camps. But if you look at film of him during summer league, dude did everything he was asked, put up some pretty good numbers, and dealt with the media crush at the summer league. Like, we watch summer league because we like to watch basketball. And you'll typically have like 50 people there to cover it, but there were like 150 like credentialed journalists, plus all the bloggers that managed to get in, sitting there just peppering him with questions. And I think he, would have, he handled it great. And Connor, yeah, I honestly, I think he'd be better off in Toronto, a smaller market where he could just be him, develop his game, and not have to face this thing that's going to hang over him all season. Is, when's he going to get the call up to play a game with LeBron? Right? When do the Lakers start panicking? Because once again, it's not going to be a deep team. Once again, they're pushed up against the cap. Once again, they don't have a lot of trade options. Well, I mean, they have some picks to trade now, but where's the matching salary going to come to get this, mythical third star to pair with AD and LeBron, right? If they move out 3 or 4 players and get a third guy, Jason, Bronny's going to get called up quicker than shit because he already counts against the salary cap, and they're going to need bodies on the bench. So how well do you think that's going to work out for his game in his rookie year? I just, unless, he makes me look like an idiot, which I hope Bronny does. I don't want to, I think everybody knows, I don't wish anything ill on any of these kids, man. I want them to succeed. They're doing something that I wish I could have done, But Bronny right now doesn't pass the eyeball test as someone who looks like he's going to be successful in the NBA at this point. Like, he needs some seasoning. He's like when you pull the chicken out of the oven and you put the meat thermometer in it and it's still at 140 and you're like, fuck, I need 25 more degrees in this bitch before I can eat it. Right. And then that's just how it is.
You called him undone chicken.
I did. Sorry,
that
Bronny.
Might be the most offensive thing you can say without cursing. I've never oof. If someone with that level of like care and a maturity looked at me and was like, you're like an undone chicken. You're just I like chicken. I actually season it, and
well,
you're just not it.
I didn't say he was unseasoned chicken.
Yeah, that's even worse. You're saying that you did all the steps to prepare it properly. You basted it to make sure that it still was going to be succulent.
Yes.
And as you took it out, you were like, it's
not done enough.
It's not it. Oh no, that's not it. And you said it very politely, which is worse than being like, oh, fuck that guy, like everybody else, right?
You shut the fuck up.
Bronny Pink Chicken James.
Medium well, James.
That's the meanest by far. That's the kind of insult you leave your sports bar and you just a check, please. And I said good day, sir.
I said good day.
That's how you leave that conversation.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, my second loser was going to be the Clippers. So it was an all loser LA free agency. I mean, they brought back James Harden on a 2-year deal. Which, dude,
so he could play at home.
Yeah, but man, this is not the James Harden from like Oklahoma, Houston.
No.
This is disgruntled James Harden realizing my game isn't there anymore, and I'm very upset about it. So me hucking up 30 shots a game and getting, bagging 28 points out of it, he's like, I'm still throwing up 28, but I'm only averaging 17, right? And let's face it, they brought back Nicholas Batum, who is in the last 15 years may have been the biggest free agent waste of money in the NBA when he signed his deal with the Hornets. I don't know what the fuck the Clippers are doing going into the Intuit Dome. It's just like Ballmer wants to take a winner into the new stadium, right? Well, dude, this is going to be the West has only gotten better, right? Our legacy teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, they are going through it right now because their heyday and their ability to maneuver and bring in talent has kind of passed them by. So you have all these other teams out West that have gotten better. And on top of that, teams are spending smarter because of the new CBA, right? So that's something the Lakers or the Clippers aren't really known for, which is drafting young talent, developing it, and then piecing together some big names around it. The new CBA is going to really hit teams like the Lakers, the Clippers, and the teams with the owners that have always been able to kind of spend their way out of problems. They're not going to be able to do that anymore. So that's why you're going to see teams like Sacramento, this kind of newly revamped Dallas team, who I think you can kind of chalk up to a winner because getting Klay Thompson shooting is going to be very important. It's going to give a lot of breaks to Kyrie and Luka. But what kind of Klay are we going to get back on the defensive end? Is it going to be the guy that could barely move like his last few years in Golden State? I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't know. I think we're going to be seeing a very different NBA over the next few years because of how the new collective bargaining agreement really limits teams from overspending to get out of holes.
Yeah, Tahir says the Dubs are at the end of an era as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's hard to want to let go of these people because these are also the people that are bringing the butts in the seats, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be the thing. Where does Joe Lacob and the Golden State Warriors, where's the next star that they can kind of plug in next to Draymond and Steph? Because let's face it, Steph is in his late 30s. He's been doing it so well for so long. We forget that this isn't the dude that spent, the coming out of Davidson. He's getting towards the end. And I don't see Steph kind of doing like the sharpshooter thing where he's like, you know what I'll do? I'll just stick around. I mean, I'm not a superstar anymore, but I can just Steve Kerr my way onto the court for about 15 minutes a game, occasionally have a game where I hit 7 threes, put up over 20 points, and I'll just go, grab my warm-ups and sit back down on the bench. I don't see Steph Curry ever doing that. I just see Steph as kind of like, I'm not doing as well as I used to, so I'm going to call it. Because, he's got a lot going on. The dude has a fucking PGA Tour card. He likes to lie to people to get them to invest in crypto and then get caught up in a series of lawsuits. So he's a really busy man off the court. It's just, It's going to be different. And Connor, the NBA may need a new young American superstar to be the face of the league. I don't think that superstar is going to be American. At the rate we're going, it's going to be a French dude. It's going to be a fucking French dude, man. I mean,
another one.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, you got to think Wemby has taken over San Antonio, right? And he's one of the most personable dudes you'll find giving interviews. He's out there being a kid and having fun, right? And that's how a lot of these players look at Giannis. I would dare say now the face of your league is Giannis, and he's Greek. You know, he's really leaned into like social media and showing how you know, he's kind of embraced American stuff and how he doesn't like getting used to American culture. Jason Tatum is not charismatic. He doesn't have to be. Dude just fucking found signed a 5-year over $300 million deal. If I did that, I would give you Rusty bitch face too, Connor. Just be like, what? My toilet seat's gold plated. What about you, Connor?
You're over there taking regular dumps.
Yeah. How's
regular
that one
dump, man?
How's that one ply feel, Connor? I got $100 bills that I'm wiping my ass with.
Hey, Mac, is this guy Joseph McGovern? Is this the guy whose girlfriend was giving us shit and we did a whole thing about who his girlfriend is for like an hour and a half? Is this that guy?
I don't know. Joseph, did we make fun of you and your girlfriend?
But in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
I don't know.
I
thought he had a different like picture.
Was it a different picture? I just remember I thought it was a white guy and he was like, oh, my girlfriend says you guys are still on. We're like, that's what she said? Oh, yeah. Guess what? She's going to be the star of this fucking show.
On this program, your girl is now the topic of conversation.
Is that the guy?
I mean, hey, Connor, I look at it as the Roman Reigns speech where he's like, oh, y'all want a bitch that I only work like twice a month. Well, if you made my money, you'd only work and can do it working twice a month. Wouldn't you do it too?
Joseph says no. Okay, Joseph, well, don't get mad. All of a sudden, he's loading up his fucking pickup truck. Got to fuck us up now. We got the wrong guy. Calm down, Joseph.
Yeah. Hey, Dizzle, dude, the only thing that would make me love Joker more is the face of the league is if he was like doing interviews like the way Vladi did with like those rollback cans of like cheap beer and a cigarette in the locker room, just like, it was a good game tonight. Yeah, it's very good, you know. What did you say? Why am I smoking in locker room? Oh, it's against California law? That's okay. I like to smoke. All right, who has questions about basketball?
That would be the player that the NBA needs.
Yes.
Every sport needs that guy, the F-it guy.
Oh, man. I mean, we do. Like, in boxing for years, we had Mayorga, who, like, in between sparring rounds, he'd just be smoking in the corner, like sitting on his stool and ashing into the spit bucket.
By the way, one of the things that, because this is pretty much the champagne room with sports, right? As you take a puff, right?
What? You don't like my vape?
As you take a puff, right?
You know what I don't like? Your shit American coffee. I say to you.
Take that, you Folgers crystals.
You go to Starbucks, as you white people say.
Mac, I want to go over some of these with you because I know you remember some of these.
I'm terrified.
One of these is my favorite. It's the top 5. Someone rated these. I don't know if these are your top 5 sports blow-ups.
Oh.
These are mostly coaches. My favorite was Mike Gundy. When this blow-up happened, I was on tour managing a band, and it for some reason just kept coming on. I think Jim Rome used to do a bit about this.
Yeah,
I mean, play it all the time, and we were listening to Jim Rome when we were driving in the mornings, and we would always, between shows and shit, calling him fat.
I mean, dude, that's the thing. This is just one of many Mike Gundy explosions. Like, and you got to think, dude. Bobby Knight had a whole career of explosions before Indiana finally gave him the boot, right? And then, then it turns out, he's fairly abusive to players. Excuse me, right? But Gundy's gotten away in a Bobby Knight way with almost the same behavior,
And isn't he still there at Oklahoma State?
Dude, he's never going to get fired at Oklahoma State.
He went from quarterback to coach. He'll be the dean before it's all said and done.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you, when he finally calls it quits, it's going to be because he becomes the athletic director, like Barry Alvarez did at Wisconsin.
Yeah, you may know me. I was a quarterback for one Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas.
That's right. And I also coached these Cowboys, pew pew, for a long time. Now I'm in charge of it all. Who's got questions?
Pew, pew? Did you say pew pew?
I did.
Okay.
Right.
Let's watch some of these.
Hold on. Who's got questions? Mr. Gundy, you're now the athletic director. Don't you think it's appropriate to get rid of the mullet? Who the fuck said that? Who said it?
Come at me. I'm 80. Here we go.
We had in society today. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
What's that? Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Every time I read something about the Broncos, this is the first thing that pops into my head.
Oh man! And when I hear about like a player who just kind of dogs it in practice and goes out there and just kills it, I hear Iverson in my head. We talk about practice.
Talking about practice. That was one of the best blow-ups of all time. But yeah, playoffs, right?
We'll talk about playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Let's just start all this fucking shit again. Now, I'm not here to argue the thing with you. I'm not going to fucking debate things with you goddamn people from television. You want a fucking answer from me, you get the answer. You don't like the fucking answer, then don't use the fucking program, okay?
You think I'm a goddamn fool? You hide all these ass questions every night and stay out here asking all these dumb ass questions.
Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
There's a few of these blow-ups that get me fired up. But with Dennis Green, the late Dennis Green says, "You want to crown him? We'll crown him then."
Jason turns into Kool-Aid Man and runs through a wall. He's like, "For Denny!"
I remember watching this game. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Monday night game. It was a Monday or a Thursday night game. And Matt Leinart was in at quarterback for the Cardinals. And Emmitt Smith was the running back, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Emmitt Smith or was it Edgerrin James? I think it was Emmitt Smith.
It was Emmett.
They were winning the game. And there's a play where Brian Urlacher, forward progress was stopped. It was totally stopped. And he pulls the ball out. They let him have the fumble, and the momentum kind of changes, and the Cardinals win that game. But they were controlling the game for the majority of it. And I think it was like a fourth quarter thing for the Bears. It was all their defense. And I was like, I hated the Bears that year. I thought they were extremely overrated. And the Cardinals, that was one of the most heartbreaking. And I'm not even a Cardinals fan.
Is anybody a Cardinals fan? I don't even know one.
There's like 8 people in Arizona. It's like, I bleed Cardinal. No, you don't. Shut up.
No, there's probably are 8 of them, but they're like, they came with the Cardinals when they left St. Louis.
When they left St. Louis. Right? And one of them is Neil Lomax.
Yeah. The other one's Tom Tupa,
like that's it. But like that, I felt his frustration in that game because everybody kept talking about how great the Bears defense was. And I felt like they had an answer for the Bears defense, The Bears offense was not very good. That was the Rex Grossman year.
Wasn't it that kid from UCLA? Maybe it was Grossman. They've had so many. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I felt that so much. It was like, yeah, Devin Hester returned a punt or a kick. I think he returned 2, I think.
We appreciate the heads up there, Joseph. We really do. Now, out of that list, you know who I felt the worst for was Jim Mora. Because you have to remember, he won 3 USFL titles, 2 or 3 of them, and then never won a playoff game in the NFL. You know, like
playoffs. And that Colts team was trash by the time he got there. That's like the ashes of Jeff George and Steve Entman drafts.
Dude, Jeff George, talk about a guy who literally he didn't just burn down the bridge.
He didn't start the fire.
Yeah, he did. He did with the cigarette he was smoking onto the little wick for the dynamite that's on all the supports. He's like, oh, you want to go to a run first offense, huh? Fuck you. Just walks off, and he does like the slow action scene walk where it's just blowing up in slow-mo behind him. He's just walking away. You see him pull a pocket beer out. It's just like,
Now, Mac, I think I sent you this video. This is the meanest video I've seen. This is the NBA draft. I need you to read the caption out loud. Can you see this?
This is the first time I've looked at a draft class and thought, I bet I could beat up some of these guys. God, you know what's sad, Jason?
Yes.
I probably could beat up half of them with one hand.
That's the meanest comment I've ever seen.
You know who's got the most fear in his eyes? Go back a little bit to the dude with the afro. That's the dude. Oh, that's the dude. Hold on. Watch, everybody. There's this young man in the back, second row, giant afro.
Right here?
Right next to the skinny white dude that's doing this with his hands. Oh, keep going.
This kid?
Nope. There's another one. There's another one. Hold up. Where's he at? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Not you guys. You're good. I mean, I'd still beat the shit out of you, but right there. There he is.
He looks like a 17-year-old.
You know what that look says? I really didn't want to be here, but my mom made me come because I'd be on TV. She picked out my suit. I wasn't going for this look. Look at this man in front of me wearing some scarlet jacket. He ain't got nothing on. My mom made me wear a periwinkle blue fucking tie with a cream suit.
This kid looks pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
One of these comments says, first nigga looked like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Someone says, my son will dunk on all of them. That's not true. Your son's trash. This is your future NBA. How do you feel about this, Mac?
I'm all right with it. The NBA should be full of colorful and weird people. It's always better. I'm going to say this, right? Mm-hmm. The NBA sucked balls before the merger with the ABA, and they brought in all those weirdos from the ABA. That's when we saw personality come to NBA franchises, right? We need that personality, right? We need it. I hated when Stern was like, you know what? Nobody's allowed to wear colorful. You have to wear like a black suit to the games, right? And when Adam Silver took over, he's like, we're gonna relax that rule a little bit. We want people to have access to these players. We want them to identify themselves in these players. That's the way the game should be, man. Like, this isn't football where dudes look like they're wearing like stormtrooper helmets now, right? You can't really recognize anybody until they're on the sideline. This is the fucking NBA, dude. Out of a 12-man roster, you might see only 6 dudes from that team on the floor. Give them the launch, so people can kind of attach themselves to these players. Like, I think that's important. Do they look like a bunch of bitches in this draft year? Sure, they do. Right? So did Giannis his first year. He looked like I can bend over and fart at him and knock him over his rookie year. Right? And now he's walking around looking like a fucking Black Greek Hulk. You know, like it's just give him a little time to get with these, you know, first guy like he shot Link. Hey, what did you say your name was? It's John Wilkes Booth. John Wilkes Booth. You know? Aren't you
Booth, is it? Okay, interesting.
I was an actor before I turned to the hardwood. Mr. Booth, you're kind of weird. Well, I did kill a man.
And he has like one of those fucking Mac, you are someone that has fought professionally. We do talk about fighting on this show. I found this video. I thought of you. This is maybe the world.
Oh, dude, that is the gross. Ooh.
Would you just stop the fight if you saw someone with this?
Dude, I've actually, when I was in fighting Golden Gloves, I had a dude where it wasn't even half that, but you can tell it was forming, and I just took a knee and let the ref count me out.
Wow.
Because I was like, it was like, well, he got up off the stool. He's got to fight. I'm like, no, he doesn't. I was like, if I keep hitting him there, he could die. And, you know, I was just like, you know what? I looked at my trainer. I was like, I'll take the L. That's fine. I was like, I'm not killing anybody at 16 years old in a fucking boxing tournament.
Well, Muay Thai says you're a pussy.
It's going to be over. Lord. Oh, it's got a second head.
Neutral corner. Yeah, neutral corner.
That hematoma. That's it. It's like a, oh my word, it's got to be over. Surely the doctor's calling this one off. He's on double leg. Here comes Smoking Joe. Here comes the power. Here comes the pain. Smoking Joe explodes.
Can we say that this is the best play-by-play on a fight I've ever heard?
Dude, you haven't lived until you've listened to like British folks call fights, because like they have a very like clipped and proper accent at the beginning of the match, and then like 4 rounds into it, they're like all their Cockney accent comes out, like, oh my god, that's a burner. Oh! And like British slang,
you need closed caption on it to understand what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, man. Fuck
like,
yeah.
look, this is an ass. I mean, look, I feel for these people fighting, because look at this.
Dude,
is the guy that gave him the hematoma, is he waiting for the ref to say okay, or do you think he's just in attack mode and he can't stop?
At this point, he's probably just trying to like end the fight as quickly as he can, or just continue to rack up points. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to show that he's an active fighter, you know, an active fighter inside the cage to get, you know, that 10-9 round. But yeah, dude, I've seen a lot of fighters, mixed martial arts and boxing, where like the dude who doesn't have the hematoma will go up to like the ring doctor or the ref and be like, dude, just call the fucking fight. Who cares what his corner says? His like, especially now in the professional game, your corner doesn't give a fuck about you. You're one of many fighters they manage and take care of, right? You're a dude who has to fight so I can get my cut of your check. You know? And the thing is, if you lose, you're more inclined to fire me, right? Because apparently I fucked up, which I never quite understood that with a boxing trainer. Boxing trainers, they just work well when you're with someone a long time, right? You're gonna be a lot better off. And for some fighters, there's a certain point where you're not gonna get as far with that trainer, and you move to like Freddie Roach, right? If you're that kind of fighter, or Emmanuel Stewart when he was still here, you know. But with MMA, man, because so many guys are members of gyms, you know, I fight out of this gym. They only work with that dude. And the thing is, when you decide you're gonna cut sling on a fighter or on a trainer, you have to go find a whole other gym to train out of, man. And that's a kind of a pain in the ass, because they're like really closed ecosystems. But like these dudes you help maintain their aura, you know, of being a championship trainer and having championship cut men and all that shit. Like, dude, I don't understand this shit. There's nothing being tough. You get hit that thing one more time, you're gonna fucking die. Right? There's
and the guy is like, tell me if you think the guy's going after it.
Just grew some gremlins growing out of the side of George Mann's head.
This one's over. Surely it's going to be over.
the announcer's going, "This fight's over." I thought they were going to call it right there, and they don't. Do you think at that point he's like, dude, just end the fight?
Dude, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like he said, he's still in. He's not. He just keeps circling away from the right, so he's not getting hit, and that giant growth on his face. You know, like it's just ridiculous. Like the honestly, the cage side doctor should have called that shit just straight up and down.
Why do you think he doesn't?
Oh, dude, because a lot of these doctors don't give a shit. You know, I mean, and the thing is, I wish boxing and MMA would keep people on staff for their events, like people who are actual like fight doctors, and not just docs that they find wherever the event's being hosted. You know, because like he's like, I'm making my money, like, because you know they get sizable checks to come in and cover those fights, right? Like, just have somebody who's connected to the organization and connected to the fighters. And you would see a sea change in that shit, because when you get to know somebody and you see they have a giant subdermal hematoma growing out of the side of their fucking face that's the size of a football, like you would be like, you know what? Hey, Jimmy, just not your day, man. Just not your day.
Here's another one where it feels like it's not your day, Sharon. It's just not your day. This is a woman's fight, still equally as brutal.
Oh, she's hung up on the ropes.
Okay, look at this. Look at this.
What is he doing?
Is that a bad ref? The look on your face. Yes, he did that. He just, he untangled her from the rope and was like, "You're good.
Hey, Susan, you're hung up there. I'll help you out. Come on, let's get you back in here. Touch gloves. Let's go." Yeah. Fuck.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. That was unnecessary.
It completely. She was out on her feet when she got hung in the ropes. And he's like, you know what Sharon needs? Another 2 solid rights to this.
She's taken worse beatings. Like, no, she hasn't.
No, I've got $5 that says he asked her out prior to the fight, and she said no.
Oh, he was like, I got some for you. Yeah.
And he's like, all right, Sharon. Oh, you think you're getting away out of this one unscathed? No, baby girl. No.
Ref said, "Bitch, pull it together." That was cruel.
Yeah.
That was one of the most cruel fucking knockouts I've seen.
That was
I tried to find a collection of knockout footage. Hold on. I have some good things that I have here for you, Mac. Another thing that we do in the champagne room is these videos, since there's like no women that watch this show, sadly. So, you know, I could just looking at your face.
Oh my. Okay.
What is this? Here we go. I don't even know what sport this is. Is it a sport?
I don't know, but I will say this young lady does squats, and I appreciate her for that.
If she was in the ring, Mac, would you be jumping into? Would you be defying all the odds to jump in to defend her?
You, sir, stay away. I'll pull out my best 13th century suit of armor and get in there in a chivalric way, of course. Ask for her favor, challenge the man to joust at noon. I'll meet you on the lists.
Strom says Kushlik and I know multiple TERFs who watch this show. If they're watching this episode, they're probably going to say something mean, and that's fine. I'll live a little bit, but I did want to. There was a bunch of stuff that I set aside just for you.
Can we admit though that maybe the very low cut denim shorts wasn't the right call for whatever she was doing in that?
I disagree.
I'm just more thinking about her dancing, and maybe the ventilation's not good. Denim will create friction in places that you shouldn't have it, and it looks like some of those shorts got lost in them cheeks. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's a bad thing?
Oh no, aesthetically it's amazing. I'm just saying for her, it could be uncomfortable later. I'm just looking out for her health. That's all I'm doing.
There I set so many videos up for you. This is another one of my favorites, Mac.
Is it more denim yams?
Oh, this is better than denim yams.
Oh.
This is this white woman that makes inspirational videos for black men.
What?
I just want you to know that everyone that doubted you is soon going to be disappointed. So keep on grinding. I love you, black men. Black men.
Dizzle, to be honest, I would too. I would gladly do it. But what? This is a thing?
That's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing that I don't understand. And we haven't seen a video from her for a while, but it's a thing.
I got $20 that said she's been doing these inspirational posts for black men, and maybe slipped one where she loudly and proudly uses the N-word multiple times and got busted for it. Who knows these days?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I mean, why are videos like that being made when the Hawk Tuah girl's out there and not being lauded enough for being the one that unites us all this summer?
The Hawk Tuah, I have a video of her actually talking about the whole thing. Did you I saved it. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
She's being interviewed.
All I know is that
here you
everybody's like, she's a preacher's daughter, and her mommy and daddy are so mad, and she was a teacher.
None of that's true. She's not a teacher. Here you go. We're gonna set the record straight right now. Here you go, Mac. I have the video. I thought I sent this to you. I'm a bad friend. I let you down.
I gotta see this.
Yep. So here, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing for your job?
I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school teacher.
That was my next question, because
Or a
everyone said that
bartender.
you were a teacher and got fired from your job.
No, I'm not even old enough to be a teacher.
I was gonna say, because you're 21, I'm like, this is illegal. Who are you teaching?
Exactly.
So you weren't a teacher
or a bartender.
So
either one.
And also, I've heard rumors that your dad is a preacher.
My father is so far from a preacher. It's crazy.
So everything has just been made up.
Oh yeah, like none
Okay.
of it's true at all.
What were you doing for your job?
I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school
Spring
teacher.
factory?
That was my next question. Cause
I've been dropped out of school for like a year or two.
okay, so this was like
But
your
I
time.
don't quit my job. I said peace.
So now is like you're gonna go to LA. You're gonna go to New York.
Oh yeah.
Do you think you see yourself like starting your own type of like show or podcast, or are you just gonna be like an internet personality?
She just said she spit on a dick one time. She didn't say that she has any talent. What can she do in LA other than go on auditions in the Valley?
Bro,
Like, really?
she can just recreate the entire thing that set off this whole Firestone.
What if she gives toothy ass blowjobs?
Spit on that thing.
What if she spits all over your chest but gives you a toothy ass fucking?
All right. I'm gonna tell you from my experience.
I hope not with this 21-year-old girl.
No. While I appreciate her, verbalizing what she's right. I mean, honestly, just give him that Hawk Tuah, spin on that thing, right? Everything that a dude was mad about is going to just fly out of his head, and he's gonna be like, yeah. But I will give Southern women this. A+ head.
New Yank. This woman is famous for spitting on a dick. PMC says this sounds like talent to me, Jason.
PMC, I'm with you. All right.
I mean, listen, here we'll play more of the interview. There's more.
I think we're gonna do like a show, and then we're just gonna be like a bunch of podcasts and everything else in between.
Cool. So kind of just figuring out as you go.
Oh yeah, there's more to come. Don't worry.
More to
Like, you
come.
have the whole team. It's so
Right.
crazy. It happened. The internet is insane. Your
Oh,
life
yeah.
changed overnight.
It really did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
I'm so sad she quit her job.
It was a spring factory. Like, honestly, if you're looking for long-term employment, that's the safest place to be.
But here's the thing, though, Mac. Hawk-tuaing it for love and hawk-tuaing it for survival are very different.
That is a very good point.
When one is like, ha, I'm gonna spit on your dick. I'm so drunk and high. And then it's like, maybe the tears will work. It's a whole different scenario. I don't want her to live out B.
Yeah. Well, dude, since that video hit, she actually like is working with a dude who makes hats and t-shirts out of Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And she's already cleared like $140,000 in just t-shirt hat sales.
Shit.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing though. You think that's forever money. And you forget that Leave Britney Alone guy.
Yeah.
Was the biggest thing for 5 minutes. Everybody's been the big Joe Exotic had multiple Netflix series and no one cared about Tiger King 2. No one cared about Doc Antle's Tiger King thing. It was just we're trapped inside. Oh my God, there's this thing on Netflix. That's the most insane thing I've ever seen. And then it was over.
Listen, we all know why everybody watched Tiger King, and that was Joe McHale, period. All right? It was just Joe McHale hosting it. Joe McHale's a treasure. I really enjoy his new sitcom where he plays a dude who works for animal control. It's fucking phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, dude, the thing is, if I'm her, I am going back to Nashville on whatever street that was, and I'm going to just be in the background, and I'm going to just develop a lot of other sayings as well. Just keep yourself in the zeitgeist, girl. You can do it.
A lot of other things. Put a finger in his butt. Just yelling out crazy ass shit.
Tickle that taint.
If you ain't licking under his balls, then he can't get in your drawers. You know, like just all the crazy ass shit.
Hey, if she watches this and uses all her shit, I'm gonna be really upset. Really upset.
Hey, spit on dicks, girl. Use it all and save every dime. Mm-hmm. Please finish school. Don't do anything that seems like it's a good idea because it's not.
Yeah, your dad may be the furthest thing from a preacher, but I'm sure he doesn't want to like get on his phone one night, open up Chrome, look up wet blowjobs, and then see your video pop up. I'm sure he does not want to see that. No father wants to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's yeah. See, people, it's interesting because people think some of these cats actually have like real deal money.
Oh, Jesus, Newry.
First guest for AbCab cooking. Dude, how dope would this show be if it was me naked? And then there's just like the Hawk Tuah girl just be fully clothed and we're just doing an interview, but she just has to keep seeing my ass or just hairy fucking ass.
Hey, Jason. Walking around with a nice hog there. Yeah.
I'd spit on that dick if I fuck coloreds.
So, Hawk Tuah girl, what is it your dad does? Well, so he's in his organization. They wear a lot of white. Got weird rank names. You know what?
He's okay with me being here because I'm on TV and all. But if you were like in our neighborhood and such, maybe it wouldn't be too safe for you. But you know, it's different.
Yeah, there's signs all over town.
The Sundown Town. You heard of them, right? Ding.
Or your family.
I think it's so funny.
Okay, so they're in on
They
it.
know how I am though, because like you can never.
They know I suck a lot of dick.
You know, something tells me her dad's come home from a shift at the spring factory where she used to work at early from work. And she's just blowing her high school boyfriend on the couch.
Oof.
PMC, what? That's a whole genre?
That's a whole genre, Jason.
PMC, what the fuck does that even mean?
I guess the cooking show idea.
But CFNM, what is that?
Oh, I don't want to know what that means. I think if we say that out loud, the stream gets pulled down.
Oh, God.
Or a wizard appears.
Big puff of smoke. I'm the hot tour girl, Vinny.
I do want to play this last thing for you because I played this in the champagne room, and since this is the champagne room with sports,
that's right.
This is what every man wants to hear, right here.
Oh my God, Jason!
What
it
happened?
Stands for clothed female, nude male.
I told you don't say it out loud. You're gonna fucking curse the stream.
Well, I mean, Jason, PMC's not wrong. We could probably get you up on like Pornhub or something too.
That's what I really don't want my family finding out. I thought you do a history podcast.
I thought you
talk about like current affairs. Why is your dick on the internet?
And why are you making a raisin carrot salad?
You never let them in on the family recipe.
Do you think anybody knows what the 11 herbs and spices are for KFC? No, Jason, they don't.
Strom says, let's just be nicer to women. Well, Strom, you might want to turn away.
Oh, no.
This woman is known as, she has a very interesting way of saying penis.
Oh.
She says penis. And I swear, maybe we haven't shown you this, but she's got this video from like 10, 15 years ago where she's on this like cable access show with her mom. And she's just talking about dudes and coming all in her. It's kind of funny and kind of crazy at the same time.
And she's on the show with her mother.
Yeah. It's I feel like I have to show you that first. She's basically saying like how to stay away from shitty guys. Like this is what shitty guys do.
Well, that's sound advice.
Strom says, gee.
Strom, it's just we do respect women on their show. I think we've been loud and clear about that. Jason and I are both fathers of daughters, and if anybody were disrespectful, I would jam my fist up the offender's ass and use him like a puppet for as long as I wanted. But I will say this, Strom, in our defense, we do just like dumb shit, Jason and I.
This is like next level dumb shit.
And we constantly are pushing the line to the dumbest shit.
Bay Planner says Mac needs context. Okay, so before I play this video, Mac, hold on. Mac, defend us for a second longer. I'm going to pull up the other video, okay?
Okay. I cannot, Bay Planner, if this goes sideways and I'm totally disgusted, I will blame you. And maybe cry or vomit on stream. So this is all on you, Bay Planner. That is all on you. You know, but no, like Strom, if you are offended, I do apologize. This is not how we would act to, you know, anybody really. We just act like jackasses because, you know, we can sometimes. This is the fun show, you know. You know. I got you. That's not a problem, Strom. That's not a problem. I understand completely. You know, it's just, you know, we get through our sports and then we have every intention of like calling it. And it's just like, Jason's like, hey, Mac, I went down a rabbit hole today. Let's go. And I'm just like, oh boy. So, this is the OG. Huh?
This is the woman. This is like 15 years ago. And I want you to see how she starts this off. I'm just going to shut up.
It's called penis power.
Oh, just hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Just enjoy this.
Things I'm talking about, because if you really want to earn your man, you need to learn your man. And a lot of times we get caught up with the wrong men or caught up in a man's penis power because it's good. I mean, if a man has been around and he's a hoe, especially like the ones I'm talking about that hopping from here, and there, they have a lot of practice and they know a woman's body, they know the power of their penis, and they know how to soothe her body and to soothe her vagina. So it's really easy to be caught up with that dog kind of man. Like that one girl asked me, she thought something was wrong with her because she liked the flashy guys with the jewelry. I said, there's nothing wrong with liking a flashy man. You just have to know what type of spirit and energy he's carrying. Because there are some good men, although they still like to flash, they're not whores. They don't give their penis to everybody. You have to be able to recognize them, because the man that is living to ejaculate, he's in a predator mode. And when a man is in a predator mode, he's going to look for the weaknesses of a woman that's lonely. Her vagina is cold. She's laying in bed at night playing with her toys, or she's got a man beside her. He's a good provider, but he's not hitting the walls and working the middle like that dog that she having that sneaky sex with.
What drives a woman to toys?
Because, like I said, she needs the vagina penetration. A lot of women are hooked on having clitoral stimulations. You have an outer orgasm with your clitoris, but also you have inner orgasms inside the intravagina, inside the vagina walls, hidden G-spots. And every woman's G-spot may be similar, or some women may have more than one G-spot. So some women are actually hooked on coming. I mean, it's women that can be at work. Yes, they got the jackrabbit on. They said, well, it's a part you can buy, hooking onto your clitoris all throughout the day. And you could be having orgasm. That one of them I know they call, I knew some girls, that was their favorite partner. That was their favorite best buddy to keep in their pocketbook.
But see, I go back to when I was a little girl being raised in the country. Jackrabbit jump from here to there.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the rabbits out.
I ain't talking about no real rabbit jump. But a rabbit in nature jump from here to there, just constantly moving.
Yes, and they say that they have taken that same concept of the rabbit jumping from here to there, and the design of it jump all up on the clitoris, just jump out of control and make the woman have an incredible orgasm. That's why they call it. We are living in the 21st century. That's the mechanical jackrabbit for the clit. Some men, they have so much heat and intensity in their penis that you can feel it radiating through their clothes, or just to touch the penis, it's on fire. It feel like it's fire underneath the skin. So a lot of women start going crazy. They actually think, because all penises are not created equal, and they don't hold the same level of intensity. So if it's one hot like that, he has the energy, he knows how to work his hips, work his buttocks, and really twist her and bend her like she's a pretzel and give her the gratification she needs, she's going to be hooked and think that that's love, or a deeper root level. She's going to become sexually, mentally, and emotionally attached, although he ain't no good. And this other man she with provides for her, take care of children that ain't even his. That woman will still sneak and get that penis.
Somebody said this is where we get the Rufus and the Damien mythology. This is the clip where we get the Rufus and the Damien and the Harold mythology comes from this this clip here. And,
not working wall to wall.
But Mac, I'm just gonna play it until she says my favorite line, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm having a ball watching your face because I know you've never seen this.
No.
What do you think so far?
She is a great penis scholar, and I appreciate her for that. But I have to question, how much field research did she do to come up with all this methodology? Right?
Dude, this comes from experience. Everything she's saying is all experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So look, I'm going to shut up. You have to watch this.
Power from him. But what she doesn't realize is we have to deal with our attachments and separate the love, the orgasm, and the penis. They are separate issues. Because if we're in a lower level of it and we hooked on the penis power, and this man won't even buy you some shrimp from Long John Silver's, and what that plate, what, $2.99? But he can give you a mouthful of sperm and a rectum full of sperm, and he won't even give you no light bread. It's like we have to.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude.
No, my brother.
Well, ma'am, in men's defense, inflation has really killed the price of a plate of shrimp on John Silver, okay? It's like $8.99 now. And again, in this economy, can I afford that, ma'am? I cannot.
Mac,
You know how much? No, I'm not going there. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Mac, I looked at your eyes when she said mouth full of sperm and a rectum full of sperm. You were like, whoa, who's got all this sperm, Andy?
Who's got energy for 2 loads these days?
To fill it up? It's too much, man.
You're asking a lot of me to fill it up, you know? Like, I'm going to go ahead. That's my vote for your favorite line right there.
Mac.
We haven't even got to it yet.
See what our issue is, because a man like that doesn't respect a woman. Yeah, he'll hit her, but if a man is having sex with you and he had the opportunity to be with you, or he's an ex, so that means he had you before the other man that's providing for you could get to you, and all he's offering you is a side of penis when he can sneak in and out your man bed, not your man.
Just a side.
Not the whole thing.
Just a side of penis.
It's a side salad. It's a starter. You know? Here's some mozzarella sticks.
I want to be the mozzarella sticks of penis. I want to be the chicken strips of penis.
I'll be the loaded cheese fries of penis. I'm okay with that.
Oh, loaded. That's a good side. That's a good side. Sometimes you don't want the whole meal. You just want a side.
Yeah.
There's people that have called me up for a side of penis. They're like, I don't want a meal. I don't want all that comes with it. I don't want the drink. I don't want a tip.
Yeah.
I just want chicken strips. I don't even want the fries.
Yeah, but they do want a dipping sauce, though.
And that's when you get the mouth full of sperm and a rectum.
Carrot and raisin salad with a side of penis.
Lula says even Dizzle is offended for women. It's
I mean,
Lula, is it Lula? Okay, Lula, you are a woman, Lula. Is this offensive, or are you at least mildly giggling? Look how it paused on her face. Look how it paused on her face.
It's because she wants to know the answer to the question as well. Robert said, so if you do buy the $2.99 shrimp, then we are good to go.
Somebody said, Jesus, lads, I just realized how loud my fucking speakers are. I hope you don't live with your folks. Your folks are like, what are you watching?
He lives in an apartment with thin walls and his neighbor starts banging on the wall. He's like, I'm tired of hearing about penis.
Look at her face, dude. This is the face when she stole souls. She just stole souls with this face.
I've had some friends, right, that really got into like self-help books and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like this is cut from the same vein, man. You know what I mean? Like, she wrote a book called Power of the Penis. And, you know, people bought that. They hide it in their closet. Like, they don't put it on the bookshelf. But, like, every so often they have relationship troubles. And they're like, I got to go back to the book. And they go and get it. You know, it's under the shoebox with old pictures in it. And just like.
Old pictures of him, too.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Okay. Lula has given us the go ahead. And I'm going to write you a secret message in the chat.
Hooked on Cum should be on the soundboard. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, here we go.
House, that man ain't got no respect for you, and he know you don't have none for yourself, but because you're so hooked on him and you hooked on the penis, you will sacrifice and sell yourself out to let him come in the back door.
Does that mean the rectum full of sperm or the literal back door?
I think it's maybe both literal and a double entendre.
Oh, okay. Look at that. It's a double entendre.
Right? Like,
there you go.
Hey.
You
know, but she's like, I can't have this man this side dick, the side penis, right, come in to where this provider comes through. He's got to come in through the back door so that he then could leave the rectum full of sperm.
That is just so okay. Here we go. Here's coming up.
Let him come at lunch or come in the dark when your real man that don't have the same penis power is handling all the expenses. So a woman thinks she getting over and think, oh, that's the best sex. But she really playing herself. And he playing her. Because it ain't about her. It's about his ego and about his penis and his testicles and how many notches he can get up on his belt to brag about. Remembers. That's why I was saying the other show, don't let every man hit the bottom of your vagina, the root of your vagina.
But they don't know about the bottom. They don't know about the bottom.
Yeah, that bottom one. But see, every man may not know because he might not have a penis to really know how to hit that bottom or how to lift to hit that bottom and work that middle where the woman, she spread her legs.
No, my brother.
Nigga, what?
I don't. The bottom, you say. I didn't realize a woman's vaginal canal, had a stopping point that didn't connect to like something else because like I know it's a whole pathway there because that's how babies come out. Maybe I just don't. I might not have a powerful enough penis to have experienced.
You don't have enough lift, as she says.
Man,
what is that? What? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Dude, this woman. This is new information for me. I realize that instead of just me lifting weights, my dick has to start lifting weights to increase my penis power.
Is that what she meant by lift? Harold never hits the bottom. Harold never hits the bottom. Never.
Harold's a 2-pump chump.
Keep fucking with me. No, Harold, we're not gonna, because you don't ever hit the bottom.
Harold, you don't have enough power or lift to hit the bottom.
She said lift, and the way she said it, what does that mean?
Am I like supposed to be part jet engine here? Because I feel like that could really be bad, maybe I don't have enough penis power and I need to attach a jet engine to my back to get the right lift.
You don't have enough lift. I don't want to, dude. Do you want to follow the guy that had enough lift?
No, I don't. Like, that's like, we all go to a conference and they're like, hey, Mac, you're going to speak. You're going to have, here's your topic. Oh, you're also going to follow Pascal. Oh, fuck me. Really? Like, come on.
Right?
And then I just sit there. Pascal just elucidates on the most amazing things. And I'm up here talking about the benefits to the left of sports and dick and fart jokes.
And Pascal just looks over, grabs his crotch like this, like a true Damien, and then just walks off.
He's like
a true Damien.
Yeah, Brother Matt, go get some lift. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
You don't have enough lift in your dick. My hips may be bad, but my dick still hangs low.
Why does it work? I got that lift.
I got that lift. When she says they may not have enough length or lift, the coxman she's been with, the girthy coxman she's been with, my God.
Dude,
my God.
This woman has handled the biggest of penises.
Oh, Mac. Okay, Mac. That is why we have to stop with this video. Now you have context.
Okay.
and get into this will be tomorrow. I'm going to put this on the soundboard, and you guys are going to hate me so much. Are you ready for this, Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready?
Bro, at this point, I'm ready for anything.
All right, that's what she said.
Hey-oo.
That's what she said.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jam into that.
Jam and round.
Like Jam City.
Jam City? Oh, wow. That's...
Mac, what would you do? Real talk. I sent that video to a young lady that I'm speaking with, and I said, I just want you to know, I need you to say this to me with that same level of intensity. I need your eyes to be locked on just like that. I don't care if you're lying. I don't care if you have to get in character.
Oh, dude,
you
yeah.
say that to me, I'm yours forever.
Dude, that's an ego boost I'll never come down from.
Dude, even if you're lying and fucking all of my friends, I would not care. I would not care.
When any woman says something nice about sexual prowess and size, I'm like, fuck yeah. I know
to that level?
Yeah.
Look at her face. Look, listen here. Let me play it again for you.
She's emphatic.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Hey.
And took her breath some more. That all up in.
Wait, Mac. Hold on, Mac. Wait a minute. Wait.
Me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
She got sent to Jam City, dude. What are you gonna do?
Even if she said it mildly jokingly, I think you could get an extra half inch.
Bro, I'm going from 6 to midnight. I hear that even.
Right? I'm gonna get an extra half inch to an inch and a half of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you put all that dick up in me. Oh Lord.
It's like, where have you been, dude? Your dick like talks to you. He's like, come on, we got to take her to Jam City. Let's go.
We got to go to Jam City, brother.
Hey, don't worry. This extra length, you got extra lift too. Let's go.
Your dick is a mildly racist truck driver all of a sudden. Come on, Nair. Let's. Why with a hard R? Just the way it works.
Hey, listen, Jason, you're just gonna do what you're told, all right? Okay, Dick, you got it. You got it, bud.
Dude. Mac.
I don't know what would alarm me more, the extra inch and a half being told that, or my dick starting to talk back to me.
Your dick just like a fucking. Bro, you better buy a ring for this one.
We're gonna take her to Jam City and Pound Town. Let's go.
Like the Hawk Tuah girl is like cute, but this is what a grown ass woman says to you. A grown ass woman looks at you right in the eye with a little bit of fear and a lot of passion.
Maybe even some anger in there.
Again, let's one more time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time.
Never in my life have I felt the confidence to say that to an actual person. I've said it to my hand.
Like, where does one get this confidence? You know, I would like to go to the store and purchase it and just walk into the Charlotte Panthers headquarters and be like, you there, Dave Tepper, you should give me a job. I co-host a sports show. My dick's an inch and a half longer than it was when I woke up this morning. Let's go.
Can you imagine if women actually were watching this and they were like, oh, I wonder if it's true. All of a sudden, the Patreon grows. the subscriber base grows.
We're getting like really interesting questions. Like, Jason, can you define Jam City? Is this on a map? I've recently learned where my bottom was, and I'd like to have it hit again.
I
Do you
need
have
to know
friends?
how my boyfriend can get lift. I got an extra inch and a half using your fucking method of flattery. How do I get him some lift?
Then the angry email comes in. Jason, I did exactly as you said, and he's got the width of a Coke can and the length of a collapsible baton fully extended. It's causing problems now.
I haven't shit right in a month.
I'm getting mouth and rectum full of sperm.
Everything's full of sperm.
It's everywhere. It's on the ceiling.
He's the spackler. He's fucking we got acoustics all the fucking ceiling now. Looks like I have asbestos in my house.
My favorite coffee cup has been just debased.
It's like he's skeet shooting out here.
Picture a giant Super Soaker 150 with jizz. That's my boyfriend right now. My question is, how do I get it to go back? Well, Natasha, you're just fucked because it stays that way.
Yeah, once you go flattery, it's the Energizer battery. There's dudes that'll have like erectile dysfunction. You tell that to them, they'll be like, oh shit, I need them pills at all.
The thing is, we just made a t-shirt, Jam City, and we can have like something that looks phallic, but like dunking a basketball or something.
Aspiring indigenegers, Jam City, hooked on cum and the Norm Gooning clip. Please cut it. It is calling you. If I could remember what episode that was that Derek Varn said indigenegers, accidentally saying indigenegers.
One I absolutely loved when you told me that. I almost died on it. Like, oh my god.
You could tell right when he said it too. He was like, "Oh no!"
And after,
it was like that scene
and after getting to meet him, it made me laugh even more. And I felt horrible for laughing in his face because I remembered it in my, drunken haze. And he's like, "What are you laughing about?" And I was like, "Your little slip of the tongue." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Indige." And he goes, "Oh fuck."
That was like by far one of the biggest, like, what the fuck did you just say, dude? Hilarious. But one more time, I just want this so I can get mildly ranked.
I'm gonna take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it.
It's the breath too. It's like getting ready for a big, you're gonna do a heavy lift. You're gonna do the high dive.
Taking a giant bump of cocaine.
Dr. Claus, I was trying not to think about that when I met him. That poor man was really, he wasn't trying to be racist, but he accidentally said the funniest racist shit of all time. It really is.
Oh, man.
It really is.
So he laid down, the nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jam!
I need somebody to talk about my dick like an old funk singer from the second. Jam that dick, jam that dick. Ow, jam that dick. Wow.
Can we also address the change in looks for this woman? She went from like a business casual at a second-rate law firm in the first video. And then now, got a low-cut little dress, the hair's down, little lipstick on. I think she's back in the field doing some more research.
You think she's doing rectal cum research?
Yeah. How much is too much? The cum quandary.
You jammed and rammed. And I'm sure you guys are asking, is Jason going to cut this into a clip? Yep.
It's going to be funny. I start a new job on Monday. Like 2 weeks from now, they're like, Mac, hey, we were looking through your social media. And I'm just going to be like, ooh.
Ooh. You're like, is it Indigenous Edgar's? It was the rectum full of cum. It was.
Is it the commie stuff? Because like I'm not gonna apologize for that. You can't fire me for it. No, but the cum quandary. That's fair. I'll go clean out my locker. Sorry, I'm not sorry. It was funny.
Nuri says she has done the science. This dude, I watched this video and I'm not finding it funny. I immediately sent it to that person. I was like, hey. I just need you to act this out for me.
Just listen. One time. Just listen to what she says and repeat it to me.
Just give me this one thing, please. Just give me this one thing.
I've never asked you for anything. Just this one thing.
I don't care. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Yeah, Jason says that too. Our next episode, he's like, Mac, you know what pegging is?
It is not cool.
I am not sitting in my chair like normal. There's one of those inflatable donuts that should be all you need to know about my experience. I'm like, Jason, how'd that happen? Well, this particular lady made me say the words to her with a strap on.
It's like, after the first hour, I realized that I was never going to get the rectum.
She just kept going. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm taking you to Jam City, bitch.
I did not want to go to Jam City.
I didn't even want to go to Pound Town. You took me to both. This is not fun. She like slides you an iPad. She's like, watch a movie and shut up. And you're just like, all right.
I'm going to do this until you enjoy it. Like, no, Mike Tyson. That's her fantasy. She has the Mike Tyson fantasy. I just want to hear nice things, and she actually has the Mike Tyson domination fantasy.
Jason sent over there like, I made it through Malcolm X and New York.
And that's when I started to enjoy it. I just let go and let the Stockholm syndrome set in.
I let go and let God, and it just changed my life.
Bad Lefty says Jason discovered Lyft. That's Lyft for you, dude. Dude. But Mac, hold on, Macadocious. Macadacious.
Oh boy.
You have to finish this video out now.
The first one? Oh god.
That's it, or she might start cursing or screaming out all types of profanities because he done hit the bottom, and now her mind, she insane. Her mind ain't good because the penis done ejaculated all in her brain. She's gone crazy. So you don't let every man hit your bottom, and your body remembers it. Just like a man will put a woman over doggy style, or maybe get a mirror or something. Then they start hitting that woman from the back, or on her back, they hitting her. Then they start talking. They start saying all kind of stuff to her while they're hitting her. And see, that woman is being seduced. She being seduced. He breaking her down, man. He is screwing her into submission. He's screwing her into slavery by using the penis as a weapon to break her ass. Ow! And the penis, I mean, she wide open, the penis all up in your vagina.
You never went in fucking full fatigues, camo and all. Just fucking, you never camouflaged your dick. Threw a fucking cum grenade on somebody.
Dropped a dick nuclear bomb. What? I've always looked at it as like, you know, a fun activity amongst two consenting adults.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I was submitting somebody to the point of slavery.
If sex is warfare or bondage to this level for you, maybe you should stop doing it for a minute.
Yeah, Doctor, I think you've been in the field far too long. It's time for you to
Look at her, Mac. Look at her face. Look at her face.
I wonder if that's the face once you've been pounded into submission, because your brain is full of cum, because somehow you've ejaculated, blown through the bottom of the vagina, past the intestines, up the spinal cord, through the cranium, and into the brain. That is a Superman level of ejaculate that we will never reach.
Ken says, "Did you order the code red?"
Did you? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Cusio says, "Is Jason attempting to have Mac ascend from high functioning Harold to Chad level Damien?" I don't give a fuck what is your sexuality. If you've made somebody come and make this face, then you fucked them into submission.
Yeah.
If that's the face they're making,
yeah,
it's submission.
Yeah, don't be surprised when you wake up in the morning and she's like mopping your kitchen floors and, you know, doing your Tesseract.
If the way the face, if this is the face right here, that's the new meme, is this face right here. This is the meme face.
We've all learned that you want to get up until this face. You get this face, like you have fucked up, right? Like you have absolutely fucked up.
Oh yeah, you've hit the bottom.
Dude, you've hit her brain.
You don't have no defenses?
I don't have no defenses.
It's because my ejaculate's blown through all of them. Your bones are mush.
It's like that scene in Star Wars where they're blowing up the Death Star, and he takes away the fucking use the Force, Luke. He takes that shit away.
Goddamn right. I don't need automatic aim. I don't need aim assist. I've got this.
Look at her. Look. Wait a minute.
Unless you just really are thinking, and this is not about the love experience, this is about a money experience, so she's a prostitute, then she's working it just for her benefit. But when a woman is really liking this man and she's feeling him and what he's doing, especially if she's sneaking around with him and he has nothing to give her and her man is treating her better than he is, he has already gotten her defenses down, but she's very weak, and that's the worst thing that can happen is a man to get you in while he's thrusting the penis in and out. Who is it? Whose vagina is it? Who it belong to? What I said? Who? And then the woman start calling out the man's name, screaming the man's name. Then she let him know she coming. When she coming, she hollering. She calling for him. Man, this stuff is programmed all up in this woman's vagina, rectum, uterus, all up in this mind right here. And that will actually bind her, actually reduce her to a cum-free. So if she can't get to him, she'll slip him in, and then that's where the jackrabbits and all the different size penises and dildos come in, because she's remembering and trying to recapture that experience. So that's why I said you don't want to let everybody hit that bottom. You don't want to let everybody spank you and talk to you all kind of ways, because women, especially when that man pull it back, won't give you the penis no more, women will be all in the bed at night trying to sleep, tossing and turning, they dreaming about it. Lord have mercy, they wake up out their sleep because they dreamt the man did this to somebody else. And the thought of that, is devastating. That woman heart get to beating fast, blood pressure go up, she can't hardly catch her breath.
In all fairness, men are like this too.
Yeah. But I've had a thought, since she is the dick doctor. I want to know who's funding her research, because I have a theory. The American Association of Micropenises. She's trying to say, if you could work the walls,
yeah,
that's too much.
It's too much dick.
That's
don't put all that dick up in me. Don't rush all that dick up in me.
Don't you're not supposed to take a woman to Jam City. You know, can a man with a micro penis do that? No, he can't take anybody to Jam City because dick wise, he's got a Huffy bike when the rest of us have Ducatis. So that's definitely got to be who's funding this research. Definitely.
I'm so mad. You keep saying Jam City. The Penis Whisper. Jam. Wait, hold on. She's not
so jam.
Just to think about that man done rationed that out and laid that out for somebody else and bent them over and talked to them too and spanked them. Having the PhDs and master degrees to put on my wall in academia, but I have a master degree in being played by men, used by men, told everything I want to hear to get me in them positions, and I am, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be real about it. I'm very upset by being made a fool out of and being. We're about to close now, but is there something? Because I didn't let you talk very much. Well, you let me talk.
I'll be honest with you. These motherfuckers that made a fool out of me coming all over my house and hair.
My rectum and my mouth.
It's like a goddamn NASCAR victory over here. You think I just seen a pennant clinching after all the fucking semen that's been released in my house?
You think the Clippers won the NBA title with so much semen everywhere?
Don't you want to meet the Damien that just fucking had all the things that
I want to meet all the dudes that did her wrong. Every single one of them. I want to have like a second breakfast with them.
Just like this. You look at him like this.
So Damien, tell me. How much did you ejaculate in her?
To ejaculate in one's brain.
Yeah, because apparently you hit her brain. He's like, oh, fuck. That is awesome.
You're talking to that dude like it's inside the actor's studio. In steps the coxman Damien.
Come here, sir.
Magnificent holder of hog. Girthy yet glorious.
A right and proper length. Now sit down, my friend.
For the people, are you cut or uncut?
It says here that you've been unemployed for 12 years. I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, that is capitalism. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, my friend, let's get down to brass tacks. The dick doctor. Equate it to gallons. Oh, man. It's got to be like 8 milk bottles. Amazing.
Righto, boy. Bravo. Applause for Damien. Applause for Damien. Thank you, Damien. Penis warrior. Thank you, Damien.
Mercutio, that is fucking rad. All right. The fundraising, but I'm so glad to hear that you joined the Capital Reading Group and you're on chapter 7.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is always better read with friends. I will freely admit that. Reading it solo, but amongst friends, you can be like, are you guys lost? You know?
PMC, just don't let her flip you and hit your fun button. Well, maybe that's what equality looks like. You know, you've ejaculated in her brain, and then she hits your fun button, and then you guys can hold hands. And Damien is
Lula,
a creative impresario.
Lula, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that video and I was looking for that term and could not pull it out of my brain. I couldn't. I lost it.
I do. Okay, Mac. I know I told you I lied and said I was gonna. That was the last video, but I do have to show you this other one of this unemployed man. That's this man is a real life Damien. This man's a real life fucking Damien.
This is one of the my favorite videos you sent.
Okay, okay, look at this. I did this in the champagne room, so this is for all of you guys.
Dude, these are great videos. I love these humiliating ones. Nothing will beat the dude from last week when she was like, no. I would ask why. She was just like,
just no. Mercutio, are you in Ben Burgess's capital reading class? Just curious. You would think I would sneak in there, being that he's my neighbor and all.
Yeah, I mean, but no, Mercutio, it really is. It's a better read in a group, you know, because when you're lost, somebody else has picked it up, and they can break it down for you, and you can do the same for them. And it's always nice because there's a couple parts that are going to be a couple chapters coming up where you're just going to be like, what the fuck did Marx mean by any of this? And you can all kind of be lost together and not feel like an idiot, you know?
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. Ben really enjoys that class. He takes it very, very seriously. So, check this out, guys. Enjoy this. This guy is he's Damien. This is Damien. This is the joke we make. This is it right here. Real time.
This is King Damien.
King Damien.
Hello, welcome in. Can I have your name?
My name is Moan.
Moan?
Moan, like make
Moan?
you moan. Yeah.
Okay, and how old are you?
Once she said that, bitch is like, this nigga. Bah! That's exactly how that pop went. Watch this.
I'm 38.
38. Okay, and what do you do?
I'm a creative impresario.
Nothing.
Creative impresario, mind you, is a pretty means to say I'm unemployed, but I still want to dress like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America.
This motherfucker came out with double sashes, a kufi, skinny slacks above the ankle bone, and some wingtips.
And said his name was
Moan.
Moan. Like
make you moan.
Make you moan.
Like that's really what you're 38 and that's how you want to walk around? I'm Moan. Really? I thought your name was fucking Harold.
Yeah. Hey,
no?
Derek, your name's not Moan.
Fuck off, dude.
And what?
This host is Moan. Okay, that's retarded, but okay, keep going.
What does that mean?
Is a person that excels in the arts. So I have a video production company called Dreamcast Video, and I'm also a brand. So I'm Moan on a beat.
Okay, cool. And
what I don't understand is how the rest of those women didn't just pop those balloons at that.
Because there's one that's thinking, well, maybe he made a beat for somebody that sat next to somebody that sat next to like someone famous.
I mean, well, yeah, but when you're a 38-year-old unemployed dude who's nicknamed yourself Moan, and you walk in looking like Timu Eddie Murphy with a briefcase, you know, like, no, thank you.
The briefcase full of nothing is my favorite.
Actually,
like, what the fuck are you bringing a briefcase to a dating show for?
First off, there are things in there, Jason, and those are like 2-for-1s from Subway. Okay, like he's got to get his meals for the week.
He is wearing Harold's hat. I'm also a brand.
I'm gonna start saying that shit, Jason. Women are gonna come up to me. I'm like, I'm also a brand. And like,
I can come all in your rectum.
You ever been to Jam City?
What, dude? What? Okay, this is the funny shit. What if we made a clip of that don't put all that dick up in me, and that became like the next Hawk tour, and us for laughing at that shit just fucking went all over the internet.
Dude, I would love that. I'm telling you, man, we have a t-shirt. We have a t-shirt right now. We can put like the BTR logo on the back, like on the neck, and just put like Jam City where you don't want to get filled up, you know?
Dizzle, if you can make a Jam City shirt, Jam City needs to be the Beyond the Red Zone shirt. We will put it up on the website. Give us a few weeks because the people that do that are out of town right now, but we will put it up and make it available because Jam City has to be That has to be something, dude. Jam
Yeah.
City's too fucking good. It's like, to me, it's like Anglo pessimism. There's a few things that have lived on. Fun Button, Jam City, Damien, Harold, Rufus mythology.
Oh, we've got our MLK mythology as well.
Oh, Pog Chaser,
Pog Chaser,
MLK.
MLK. You know,
There's something that we did a few years ago because I've been doing this silly shit where I've been like finding. So I've been doing shorts, and I've been finding old stuff and like old clips I made from like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and putting them in this thing, and it cuts it up into shorts for me. And some of the shit we were saying back in the day, I didn't know we did a whole thing about racist Noam Chomsky.
I'm telling you, what we need to do is we need to build a tab on a website, on a fucking serious website. You know, This Is Revolution website, and it just put it on the tab. It's just stupid shit, and we just have all the like TIR and Beyond the Red Zone, just dumb shit, and we just define it. Like it's like Urban Dictionary, you know. That's all it is. It's just so you can follow along on the many shows.
I was like, when did we do racist Noam Chomsky? Apparently, we've had Catherine Liu on the show multiple times, and she hasn't known black movies that I've mentioned. And this one young person that was watching all these videos was like, I really like this podcast because apparently I found out that Catherine Liu does not watch black movies.
Mercutio said this man dressed like a revolutionary about to go before a firing squad. And with how many balloons were popping, it had sounded like a firing squad. Like, what I want to do is like climb into the video and go up to the women that still have balloons and be like, who hurt you, sweetheart?
Just pop it. Look at him.
This ain't it, baby girl. This is not it.
Dr. Claus says, remember we were afraid to say Jews for the longest time, so we'd say Haitian Europeans. Like, the amount of, like, before I finish this clip, there was a champagne room we did a few weeks ago, and I was like real pissed off. And I think a few people like figured this out about me. When I get like really, really angry, I just get into real fucked up impersonations and silly shit. Like, a lot of that comes from really dark places. And I was just, these two girls were doing this thing where they were talking about the death of black culture is like contemporary hip hop. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is black culture and why is it dead? Dude, shut up. And I sent it to Teray Reed, and he watched. He's like, dude, this is pretty fucking funny. It was like, and we had this whole like 2-hour conversation this morning, you know, kind of an in-depth, deep conversation about this respectability politic and where does it lead, and kind of why it has been so silent 4 years after George Floyd. You know, there's a reason why. And that stuff does come from a real place, but you know, I don't necessarily want to scream like Varn. You know, I'm not Varn. And I don't think you really understand why it's bad what they're saying if I'm just screaming. So I do kind of try to make it a little more fun to digest, because then after you're done giggling, you go, oh, that's a good, I hope that's what you do. I mean, maybe not. Maybe just sit there and laugh and go, you're fucking retarded.
I try not to call people idiots, because like when I was a sub, like these kids just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the way society is now, and how I can just put a camera on a gimbal and a ring light, and I have a platform now, I can say whatever I want. But do I watch it sometimes and I die laughing in the privacy of my own home? Absolutely. I watched a video this morning where I almost pissed myself laughing so hard from a supposed leftist, right? But I just DM'd them and I was like, hey, here's a couple links for some reading up on theory before we go on the internet and talk about it. And they responded back. They're like, oh, well, thanks, man. Like, I thought I had it down. And I was like, bruh. I was like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You don't know shit. You know, I was like, but what brought you into my little neck of the woods. And he's like, well, I'm just really tired of how things are. And I was like, well, that's a good start, but you should probably read up on something before you get on the internet and, you know, cultivate 100 followers that just tell you you're a fucking idiot. You know, I was like, I couldn't handle 5 people saying that to me. I cried a little bit when that happened. And, you know, I was like, I can't imagine. I was like, this is the internet. They're going to find you, dude.
Yeah.
They're going to find you.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to take you to Jam City and fill you up.
You don't want to be Alexis Tyler in that situation.
No.
Don't put all that hate up in me.
No.
And then it rammed.
They're just going to ram it right in there. They're going to
rammed all that hate.
They're going to take that penis power.
Oof.
Get extra lift. Take you to Jam City.
Again, if the person who I know is watching this, if you just pretend with that level of enthusiasm, I will put a ring on it right then and there. I'll drop to one knee, poke myself in the chin because I'll be so. Will you take this ring and my hand?
He'll put the ring on the tip of his dick. Take this ring, my lady. Be my wife, so that I may fill you up with love and cum. Oh, Andrew, you got here late, bro. You got here late.
Wait, should we play Jam City?
No.
You gotta rewind it, dude. Rewind it.
Just when we end, Andrew, just wait
when
for
you find out where Jam City is, Broheem, you will be like, damn, how do I give someone a ticket?
And just know, Andrew, if you have extra power and lift, you can hit their brain. That's all you need to know.
If someone tells you, again, I don't give a fuck what you are. If someone looks you in the eye and goes, you just took me to Jam City.
Bro. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a woman tells me that, Jason, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to Vegas because I can't be beat. Cannot be beat.
You can't tell by the way I'm my latest man.
You know what I'm gonna do? A woman tells me that I'm buying a hat bigger than the one Isaac Hayes used to wear. Just gonna rock it.
Just put that shit to the side.
Oh yeah.
That's how that shit stay all the time. Be like this forever.
And bro,
can you move? Nope.
I'm putting in like a peacock feather in that bitch. I'm just gonna be all over town, just showing off my new self.
What happened to Mac? Oh, apparently someone told him he took him to Jam City. That nigga ain't been the same since.
I'm gonna be like, my name's not Mac, it's Moan.
Moan, like make you moan. Where the original Edgar came from. Riverside is the home of the original Edgar. Oh my god. Because if this is you, you can't go to Jam City.
No. Mm-mm.
But I'll say one thing. If you tell me that shit that she said about don't you put all that dick up in me, I'm going to look her right in the eye and be like,
because I nut quick.
But that's like, don't worry. It won't last long now.
You're done for. I know I'm getting to your brain now.
Oh my God. Like serious, dude. Just, hey, ma'am, those words are uttered. It's over. I'm letting the whole world know.
Yeah. At that point, you know, you've harnessed your penis power too, so you can't be stopped. You know,
I mean, she might have whipped me as well because I'm gonna act real goofy, like holding her hand on the pot like this. Like, what's up, Jason? I'm just holding her hand. Love you.
Love you so much.
I'm just gonna end it now. Goodbye.
Gotta go. I found the way to extra lift. Everybody, Mac, take over.
Just the mic still on. I don't even realize.
Two songs like here too. She's like, Mac, I'm sorry. Jason just he's been like this, and we just hear.
And then you hear the girl go, "Hey, can you stop crying?"
I'm just so happy right now. Okay. No one's ever gonna give us a show, dude.
when you hear in the background, you hear me go, hey, what are you thinking? This is that coochie sound.
Pussy's so good it turns Jason into a 15-year-old emo kid.
I'm not okay.
One episode, Jason's gonna come on, and he is in Mexico, and he's got like plugs, but it's with the swooped bangs over his eye. Jason,
If
is
you
that
wanted
eyeliner?
honesty, that's all I have to say. You guys want to talk about Taking Back Sunday again?
Bullet for My Valentine is one of the most underrated bands ever. And I don't care what any of you say. Pete Wentz,
Oh my god,
awesome.
Fall Out Boy. Oh my god, Fall Out Boy. Oh my god. Mac, hand me my white belt. Fall Out Boy. Oh my god. All because of one nut.
And that's when I come out with the documentary that like Touré and Pascal are like, you need to make one on him because he's lost the plot. He's gone. The one load that changed Jason's life.
Who wants to be that woman that's just known for tanking the whole show?
Who wants to be the Yoko Ono?
Yeah, sorry. Mercutio says, careful, Mac. Jason was at the beach in all black wearing a suicidal tendency shirt, sitting on a trash-filled tire, looking out at the ocean. You know what's funny? I actually was, Mac. Did I tell you about that?
No.
I was out. I really wait.
I'm so disappointed in you.
So you can't see it right now, but I have a lot of pairs of black pants, as you can imagine.
No kidding.
Right? I toured for years and I was like, oh, I think I need black pants. So only in the last few years have I been trying to add color to the pants. And also because I toured for so long, I don't know how to change pants. So it's like, oh, these are still good. They're not standing up on their own. I can wear them again.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair. Yeah.
So it was a warmer day out here and I had to go downtown to like get my mail or something. And I have a suicidal tendencies. Again, like all the clothes that I'm wearing are shit I've been wearing for like the last 10 plus years, right? So I have like this suicidal tendencies t-shirt that the sleeves are cut off. Black jeans. I'm not thinking anything of this outfit. This is a very normal thing for me to wear because I'm old and I just wear the same shit. I went out, got my mail. You know, I do know people around town. So I'm like waving to people. I'm not feeling like I'm in a bad mood. And there's this guy that owns this burger spot right by the beach. And he had a special and it was 90 pesos for a cheeseburger and fries.
Oh, fucking, what is that? Like $1.10?
It's a little, I think right now it's a little less than $3 or a little more than $3 for a proper. I was like, is it small ass? And in Spanish, like, it's going to be really small. He goes, no, my regular cheeseburger and fries. I'm like, okay, imagine like a quarter pounder, right?
But
right, and fries.
actual meat,
and he actually cuts the potatoes for the fries, right? It's not frozen. And he's like, yeah, 90, right? So I'm like, okay, word, got you. My friend Connie works down the way. I was like, give me 2. Go to my friend. I'm in a good mood. I go to my friend Connie, drop her off a burger and fries. She's like, oh, hey, fuck, thanks, Jay. Because she doesn't get to leave her job for lunch. And I knew she didn't bring a lunch. So I was like, oh, dude, got you. And I was like, you know what, Connie, you think it's cool? Like the beach is going to be crowded today? She was like, no, the beach should be cool. So I go to the beach and it's pretty chill. It's a beautiful day, but everybody's in beach attire because it's the fucking beach.
And you look like the black extra from a Fall Out Boy video.
I look like I'm not okay, right? And so you have to pay for, like, you know, it's libertarian California, so there's people that have like chairs. I didn't have a lawn chair or anything, and I just hate sand. I dig the beach. I hate sand. I
Yeah,
know,
I'm with you.
right? So I
Mhm.
don't want to sit on the sand, but there's these tires because you could drive on the beach and shit. So there's these tires that people have stuck in the sand. And I was like, oh, I'll sit on one of these tires. I didn't realize that the tires are filled with trash. So I got the emo I cut myself outfit on.
Mm-hmm.
I sit down on the trash tire,
And you're
open up my food.
Just looking pensively out at the ocean.
Yeah, and I don't have a phone. I'm looking at, I just want to enjoy like people smile. Like I actually do, like, oh, look at everyone's having fun. And I open my food. And then as I sit down and open the food, then all the flies that have been festering
in the trash are on
the
your
trash
food.
tire.
Oh.
I just look like suicide, man.
Jason goes looking for an anvil, and he's just like, "This is it, guys." Walks out in the ocean.
I just looked so, and people just kept staring at me like, "Fuck is wrong with that guy? Fuck is wrong with that guy?"
They're all like,
I had pants on too. It didn't feel hot enough for shorts.
Jason, what the fuck, bro?
So I just looked like the most out of place asshole, depressing everybody at the beach, covered in flies. Like the one black guy in Mexico happens to be an Ethiopian from 1981.
Yeah.
It was like the most stereotypical image I think you could imagine for depression, and I was actually in such a great mood. So I haven't gone back to the beach.
Dude, you have to wait at least 6 months, dude. You can't go back right now because everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, he's back." Pop up out of nowhere, like over under, he kills himself today.
Is today the day? Yeah, I didn't realize people were like, "Is today the day? Is this guy gonna do it?"
You see like a big whiteboard calendar, and they're like, "All right, today's the 15th." And they're just watching.
Because you know how when you're uncomfortable nowadays, you can just look at your phone, right? You just look at your phone. You act like there's a call. You can do so much shit to act like you're not alone. But I just wanted to be alone, like back in the day, and just sit on a trash tire.
Flies all over your
Flies.
burger.
I was like, I'm gonna eat this burger, and I didn't even know if I said this on the other show. So there's a very small homeless population here, but we do have a few, very, very small. And I get away from the trash tire, and there's like a little area to sit where it's a bit fly free. I'm finally eating my food that probably has a little fly shit on it.
Oh, dude,
and
there's all kinds of things growing inside of you.
Yeah, like it's probably not very good for me to eat right now.
Jason, in like 3 minutes, there's this thing that just pops out of his chest like aliens. Like, he's like, "God damn it.
I knew it. 90 pesos was too good to be true." And
I'm never gonna take a woman to Jam City. No.
So I sit down, and again, I don't have my phone out. I don't want to look at it. I just want to the ocean's beautiful. I'm just staring out, and I'm probably making this face.
Bro, if I saw you doing that, I'm the king of just like, will you stop being a bitch?
People are, it was just me, and then this homeless person sat next to me. So it's just us two sitting. in this like lonely spot on the beach.
Oh man.
So yeah, that is a real thing. I don't know. I don't have like a proper beach attire. Even when I've been out, there's tour pictures of me out where people took us out to the beach, and I'm wearing that same shirt but with shorts, just looking depressed.
Jason had to show his legs, so he's not very happy about it. He's like,
I've been working on them. They're buff as fuck right now. But nah, dude. I'm not. If one more person would have been there, it wouldn't have looked as bad.
Bad Lefty said vultures slowly circling.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Just look up. Oh god.
Like, I've never felt so like, oh man, this and it didn't hit me. I was like, oh, like as I got done, and I was like, oh fuck, I looked so depressed.
What Jason didn't tell you guys is that he was so depressing, he bummed the homeless dude out. And he's like, fucking sad gringo. Just walked
Like,
off.
you okay? They were like, are you okay? I was like, oh, I'm chill. Like, what's up? Like, I don't have anything right now, but I mean, you can have some fries. All I had was a few bucks on me. I don't walk around with a lot of cash. It was a great deal. It was a great deal. If you come down here, I will take you to that place.
Oh, bro.
You will enjoy the shit out of it.
Well, I got a new job, so I get more money.
Oh, fuck yeah. And then you can come down, and then you too can look like a fucking drifter.
No. I will look like a fucking pasty Gimli covered in sunblock running up and down that beach asking single women, would you like to go to Jam City?
In various
yeah. Speak Hungarian to them. They're just like, what the fuck?
PMC says Jason only has two looks: all black emo kid and open shirt taco.
The homeless guy gave Jason a couple bucks because he felt so bad.
They were like, I'm serious, dude. They were just like, oh fuck is wrong with this guy?
Thanks for Kishu. I appreciate it, dude. Oh my gosh.
That's what I get for trying to be real. I kept it real. I kept it too real. Me and Moan keep it too real.
You sit down at that table again, someone like 3 women pop balloons. You're like, what the fuck, man?
What if that's like the new thing for women to do? Just walk around with balloons, pop it in front of motherfuckers.
Go into their purse and they're just like,
just so you know, you ain't got no chance in the world, lonely boy.
You could have gotten what my friend got last week, dude. He's as pasty as I am, and he keeps looking at this woman. And she's gorgeous, but you can tell she's like 10 or 15 years younger than us.
Oof.
And she came over, and he was like, oh yeah, like he's straightened himself up. And she's like, listen, white boy, you ain't getting this chocolate tonight. And he was just like,
like you could have kept it to yourself, man.
And we were in our like, I know a lot of these people because I used to work with them when I was bouncing and shit. So there's like 10 of us around the end of the bar, and they all heard it. We all just kind of look at him, and he was just like, fuck, I'm never gonna hear the end of this, am I? We were like, no.
Now, Mac, now you can just go up to him and just pop the balloon. You just pop the balloon.
Bro, the best part were the bartenders were coming up like, hey, white boy, you want anything else to drink? And he was
it's all in the house.
God damn it. I went over to her and I was like, yo, man, like, I don't know if he's going to recover from this. And she was just like, I wasn't trying to be mean, but like, he just kept staring. I was like, yeah, I get it. I was like, so what is it about him? I like, was it the staring? And she was like, nah, man, he got a pencil neck. He like tall and he got a pencil neck. And she's like, mm-mm. She's like, if I can get my hands around your neck and my fingers touch, that's a no for me. And I was like, you know, I'm kind of tipsy. So I was like, well, you like to strangle dudes when you're fucking? And she's like, sometimes. And I was like, okay.
Fair.
You know,
fair.
So when I went back over, he's like, what'd you say? And I said, well, I asked her what it was about you that she didn't like. And he was like, well, what'd you say? And I said, well, you kept staring. Because I think the whole skinny neck thing would have like hurt his feelings more. You know? And he was like, well, yeah, that was weird. I was like, yeah. It's all right, white boy. We'll get you another one. You know.
Was he licking his lips too?
No, he just like he's a very awkward looking dude because he is so tall. Like he's like 6'4", but he only weighs like 150 pounds. Like he's just like knees and elbows, man.
So that's what she meant about putting my hands around his neck and my fingers touch. Gotcha.
Yeah. You know, but like the thing is, when he was one of my soldiers, like we would put him on double ration. Oh my God. She would hit his brain.
Oh my God. You guys are fucking insane. I just want you to know that these comments have been fucking sane.
I know we have some real fucking smart people, and no, I'm not saying everybody in chat's not smart, but we have the best viewers on this fucking show because they're just like they're Mike Gundy at a press conference. Pew, pew. Just shooting folks.
Come at me. I'm 40. And you're calling him fat.
Pew, pew.
Mac, you have to look at the latest clip I put up. Or not this one, the one I put up yesterday. It's that champagne room clip, dude. Because I put the comments are on the screen because it's the champagne room. Oh my God, the comments are fucking hilarious.
Well, dude, I'll check it out tomorrow because all I'm doing is going to the gym and then working my last 4 shifts at Father Jonathan's this week. So I'm chilling.
Oh my God, dude. If you listen to this, it's like 40 minutes of just the meanest shit. But you have to watch the comments because the comments on the screen. When I watch a video and I'm pausing it, I can't see what you guys are writing. I'm in a different screen. So watching it back, someone had said, man, I wish Jason could see some of these comments. I was like, man, I fucking saw it watching it back, and you guys were in rare fucking form. Rare fucking form. Kushlick was in the chat. Claw was in the chat.
Oh man.
I want to say Bad Lefty or Virtuoso was in that chat, but they were just in fucking the rarest form ever. Like listening to the show is one thing because I'd started the show as an audio only podcast, so I never had this interaction. Doing it live, the one thing I dig about doing it live is this live interaction with you guys and seeing some of the stuff, you know, and it's just fucking hilarious.
It's fucking gold, man. And what's not gold?
That whole house smell like raw boom.
We need to get a hold of their soundboard just for the dumb shit.
we gotta get raw boo boo has to be on there too. We gotta find that. How do we? I haven't been able to find raw boo boo in a while.
Oh. We gotta go soon, Jason. I'm gonna fall out.
Okay. Okay. Mac, real quick. We have to hold on. Sorry. I'm again. Before you go,
did she take you to Jam City already?
We gotta go. I gotta take you to Jam City on this one. I gotta take you to Jam City real quick, Mac. Hold on, Mac. Take you to Jam
Jason's gonna shoot me in my brain.
Hold on, Mac. I gotta take you to Jam City. Just one more fucking time. We gotta go. We gotta go to Jam City one more time. Hold on.
Oh man.
Hold on. And then we're gonna go out. I'm gonna play this and then we can just go out. I won't even say bye. I'll play this and we can go out because this is still the best shit in the world. Ready? Here we go.
Yep.
I smell like boo-boo. Raw boo-boo.
Hello? Hey, what's up, Rita? How you doing? Can I come over tonight? Can you come over tonight? Yeah. Nah, darling, you can't come through. I don't know if you heard, but me and the mayor having an issue. The mayor? That's what I said, mayor. Oh. Ever since the water crisis, I don't feel like he been putting tankers in the neighborhood like he's supposed to. Oh. Me, the mayor, the sheriff, we all at odds about this. Cause I want them to fix these problems that Jackson been having for decades overnight, you know? Oh. And I don't really know how to say this, so I'm just gonna sing it. The real reason you come through is cause my house smell like boo-boo. Oh. And not just any kind of boo-boo, like raw boo-boo. You ever smell raw boo-boo? It's like wild caught, organic. It ain't filtered. It's not from concentrate. It's just every day. My house smell like boo-boo. Raw boo-boo, yeah. Oh. That's how I feel when I smell it. When I go in and I smell that raw boo-boo, I just say, oh. My house smell like, it smell like raw boo-boo. So when they get through fixing it and get the water straight, I'ma call you back over for a date, okay? And we can grill some catfish whole. And then I'ma rock you like a pie hole. Alright, Rita? You cool with that? Yeah. Alright, Thundercat. Hit me back. Okay. You all that.